This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes.
No way.
From the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona, the recap of Tyson versus Jones. Nate Diaz didn't fight. Nate Robinson did, and he died. Jake Paul, UFC fights, recap, news. Let's go with the MMA Holes. All right. Wonderful. I botched that. I keep calling Nate Robinson Nate Diaz. It's that MMA part of me that keeps coming out. I mean, we really shouldn't be talking about Nate Robinson. It's just ridiculous. He's been memed all over the place. And here's a picture of Jake Paul biting his head. There you go. But yeah, we're going for it tonight. It's the MMA Holes Hour. I hope everyone is wonderful. In the chat. JBH, how are you?
Wonderful. Hold on.
She said?
Wonderful.
Yeah, we have the Eagles game on in the background in case anyone cared, because it has something to do with me. Anyway, other than football, we have a bunch of stories to get to here, and JBH is going to decide which one we start with. You see Anthony Smith strangling Devin Clark. You got Roy Jones Jr. taking a picture with Mike Tyson. Both guys get belts, and Roy Jones Jr.'s face says it all. It's like, I'm in a lot of pain. I just want a massage and go to sleep. Jess, what are we starting with?
I'm actually starting with UFC Vegas 15.
All right.
Just kind of go over, I know we're recapping the fights and everything that happened over the weekend, but I kind of wanted to go over the bonuses that occurred for UFC Vegas 15. Now, for those of you guys who did not get to catch the fights, Anthony Smith versus Devin Clark was moved to the main event because their original main event got canceled due to COVID. So Anthony Smith's main event submission leads the quartet of winners, according to MMA Fighting's Alexander K. Lee. The Lionheart submitted Devin Clark via triangle choke in the main event of UFC Vegas 15. He picked up a much-needed win and an extra $50,000 to go home with. The submission earned Smith one of 4 performance of the night bonuses handed out on Saturday, with no bouts earning Fight of the Night honor.
Could you believe, Jesse, that people actually picked Devin Clark in this fight? I mean, Jesus.
Casual.
Good thing you guys watch this show.
With the original main event between Curtis Blades and Derek Lewis canceled due to Blades testing positive for COVID, Smith and Clark were bumped up to the headlining spot, as I'd mentioned. Baeza's bout with Takashi Sato became the new co-main event. Baeza made the most of the opportunity, beating Sato with a second-round arm triangle choke to improve his record to 3-0 and his overall pro record to 10-0. Tibet Samaderji earned his UFC performance bonus with a swift 44-second knockout of Malcolm Gordon over the weekend on the preliminary portion of the card. That's 2 straight wins now for Sumadarji. Nate Maness also earned his first UFC bonus while improving to 2-0 for the promotion. Mayhem had to come back from a rough first round to secure his rear naked choke submission of veteran Luke Sanders in round 2.
I mean, so unfortunately, this card got overshadowed by the big boxing event that happened. It was a big night for Anthony Smith. It was a fight he was supposed to win, and he got the job done. I kind of feel for Devin Clark. He had a huge opportunity to make a statement, and just everything was stacked against him. Yeah. There was nothing in his favor in this fight, and what happens? Right smack at the beginning of the thing, Devin does have a situation. He's on top, inside guard, and then Anthony Smith's like, nah, this is not where you want to be with me.
Now, in fairness, I mentioned this on the night of, I believe Devin Clark thought he was ready for the fight. You know, you don't go into a fight not being ready. But at the same time, I think he was in a little over his head, and I think he got a little too overzealous fighting someone like Anthony Smith. Maybe he saw Anthony Smith's previous performances and wasn't really convinced, and maybe he thought Anthony Smith was going down, you know, a bad road when it came to his career, so he thought he really had the advantage here. But in my personal opinion, he came into this fight way too fast. Way too fast, Devin Clark.
He was literally riding the prelims. Listen, we like Devin. We were rooting for Devin. But it was pretty obvious what was going to happen. He was riding into this thing, prelims, pre-prelims. He was fighting guys that were coming, you know, up-and-comers. He actually fought some pretty decent dudes. His losses on his resume are top guys.
Yeah.
In fact, one was a champion. One is a champion, I should say. So it's not like Devin loses to scrubs. He is just not ready, I don't think, yet. I don't think he's...
I agree.
It was just a bad spot. Now, I don't think that Devin really takes a big hit here because they did push him from co-main to main event. You know, like now he's fighting Anthony Smith, and it's just like this whole thing. And Anthony Smith says, I want 5 rounds. He was just kind of dragged around. So I don't think this is like, oh my God, this is the end of Devin Clark. He's still only 30 years old, and he's very talented. He's a very good grappler. He just makes mistakes, and this is what I said in the lead up to this fight. Devin's prone to making mistakes, and I felt Anthony Smith can capitalize on that, and that's what happened. You know, Anthony just made it look easy on Devin.
My thing is we were talking about before this fight even happened, or before it was even announced, we were saying, you know, the UFC is giving Devin the shaft. They need to move him up a little bit more. Every time we saw him, he was on the pre-prelims of every card, and they move him up, but they move him up like tremendously. And I think what I had intended to say when I said the UFC was giving him the shaft was start moving him up a little further into making the main event of the prelim card or something like that. Like
it's just it's a pandemic situation. That's the only reason why this happened.
Yeah.
You know, it was what it was. Devin's been in the he's been fighting for the UFC for a little bit now. You know, he's got some time under his belt, and they gave him a chance. They gave him an opportunity. He had a bad wake up, which he self-admitted. Unfortunately, his mother-in-law passed away, and that's not cool. You know. And on top of all this stuff here, he is undersized for the weight class. Like I said before, Dana White wanted him to fight at middleweight, and not saying that a small guy, you know, can't get the job done. It's just he seems too undersized in this situation. Anthony Smith was monstrous over him, and Anthony Smith fought at middleweight. So he's in a weird spot, Devin. He is very good. He's tough. When he gets you to the ground, it's a problem, but maybe this weight class, maybe he's just going to be one of those guys that's kind of stuck, you know, like stuck in the mud. He can't really get a weight class that works for him, and it's just a shame, man. He's such a good dude. Like, I want to root for this guy. I want him to win, but maybe he's rushed too fast. I don't know what it is. He's got a good Jackson Wink behind him. He's got John Jones giving him advice how to get the job done. It's just unfortunate for Devin Clark. I feel he'll bounce back. I feel he'll get the right opponent in the next fight, and maybe he can get back to the drawing board and get something done. With all that being said, Anthony Smith needed this fight in the worst way. It's a dangerous fight for him. He had nothing to gain. Basically, it was like a bounce back fight for him. You know, he had to win a fight he was supposed to win.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He did it very quickly, and now he's right back in the mix. Mm-hmm. So I'm
now
curious.
He can fight like top 6 and move his way back
and
up
lose.
to that. Well, listen, here's the thing.
He's going to lose.
Here's the thing. And this is why I get kind of frustrated when you say things like that, because I feel like Anthony Smith, yes, was on kind of like a weird phase where he wasn't doing well and he was showing a lot of vulnerability in his fights and stuff, especially as of late. However, I feel like everyone gets a second wind, right? And I think this is Anthony Smith's opportunity to get after the John Jones thing. He kind of just went on a slippery slope, but I believe he has the opportunity now, especially having a new title holder in the picture, to really prove that maybe he does have what it takes, and everyone's sleeping on him for no good reason.
I think the Glover Teixeira fight is enough evidence for anyone to see that Anthony Smith, yes, he's a top contender, I guess you could say, but he's not the type of guy that's going to get over that hump. He's there.
We'll
he's a top 5 guy. He can compete, but when it comes to the upper echelon of this weight class, it's a problem. Glover bashed his fucking face in. Rakic made him look like he was useless. You know, and I think Blachowicz.
Glover and Rakic are also two tough opponents for him.
But these guys, Reyes, Blachowicz,
Reyes
Glover,
is tough too.
They'll all beat him. They all beat Anthony Smith.
Yeah, listen, I'm not saying that he is going to ride over this hump smooth sailing. I'm just saying that the opportunity is always there for the second win, right? And I'm not ready to sleep on the guy just yet.
Listen, he looked good against Devin Clark, but let's all be realistic. And he's still young, too, if you really think about it. He's only 32 years old. It's crazy how many fights he has as a 32-year-old. It really is crazy, but I can't see him getting that right opportunity to get a strap unless he goes down in weight. Honestly, if he could make that weight again,
I don't think he can.
Now's the time to do it.
I really don't think he can. I think he's at a point now where he knows where he comfortably can make weight and take on a fight. So he's just going to stay here. Win or lose, he's going to stay here. Okay.
What do you guys think about Anthony Smith? Impressive performance on Saturday, but what is next?
Heavy Micro says Anthony has to take making a run serious. Fate keeps giving him the spotlight. I say he goes for seconds, runs some fights back. Uncle Champ says he needs a better camp. Staley 02, Uncle Savage, it is put up or shut up time. 2 joints. Staley excuses are for manlets. Justin Jr. says Alonzo knocking Knight out cold in February. Not what we're talking about.
It's possible. Alonzo is nasty.
Uncle Savage says Smith versus Walker, like Glide said. Sean Hart, middleweight, has too many beasts for him.
But here's the thing with Alonzo. Alonzo's fighting. He's coming off the loss to Devin Clark, and what did Devin do to him? Think about it. That's what William Knight's going to try to do. The same thing. You know, he's going to grind on him. I think Knight's got a shot. It's a tough fight. It's a very tough fight for William Knight, but I think he's got a shot if he plays a little hump and grind.
Who is a gatekeeper and what? What division? I can name a gatekeeper in every division. Deacon says Alonzo's a can. Uncle Gozerian Smith will be gatekeeper. Moss, do you think Anthony Smith is going to stay gatekeeper for the division? Mm-hmm. So you don't think there's any opportunity at all for him to just...
I think Anthony Smith, if he can find a way to get back down, and I understand he's a pretty big guy. If he can find a way to get back down to middleweight, we can talk. But right now, I don't see him unless I don't know where's the path. Like, remember,
let me see the
months
rankings
back,
real quick.
I made the path for Glover Teixeira.
All right, let's see if we can make a path for him.
I will. I'll show it now. But I'm saying I made the path for Glover Teixeira. Okay, and everyone was laughing, and here is Glover right in the mix now. Anthony Smith, I don't see it as clear. There's just too many problems ahead of him. I don't see it clear. I see him getting smashed multiple times. You make the path then.
Anthony Smith. Let's see. Let's see if we can even make a path for him.
You can't.
Let's see. Now we know Reyes. He has a kryptonite to Reyes. But
the path is middleweight.
But you could see something with like if Smith comes back and destroys Reyes, you could see something like that. I mean, Reyes did not look good against Jan Blachowicz. He got his ass knocked out, so we know the guy does lose, or can lose. So it wouldn't be horrible to see Smith try and run back Reyes and try and knock his ass out like Jan did. Now that he's gotten knocked out, he's more susceptible to that chin we've seen in the past with other fighters. Let's see. Teixeira ran him over. I don't know, man. I say if he maybe ran back Reyes and then tried again with Teixeira, he'd have to have 2 rematches in one stretch, which might be too much for the UFC to put together. But that's where he would have to go. He'd have to get 2 fights in before he even gets the chance to fight Jan.
So where's the path?
I just said I think maybe if he ran back Reyes.
No path.
And that's the only thing I can see. Honestly,
there's no path.
Prochazka and Santos and Rakic are all going to fucking destroy him. The only path I can possibly see is he ran back Reyes and then maybe tried to run back to Shara.
By the way, to the people, I saw someone in the chat, I can't remember who it was, but someone said in the chat that Glover can't win the belt. He could beat Blachowicz.
Glover can win the belt.
Can beat Blachowicz.
But he's not going to get his rightful opportunity because now Adesanya's going up there.
Yeah, Izzy's going to slide in. Well, he's running around being a commentator now. I don't know.
See him looking thick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I made mention on Saturday. Thick Izzy. Unfortunately, I didn't get to hear his commentating, but a lot of people said he did a good job. I hope that they make this fight official, Izzy and Jan. I really hope that we get, a solid date and we can kind of talk about that more, because it sucks that it's just up for grabs. And Blachowicz is just basically out there, running his mouth saying, I want to fight this one and that one. Come on, Seattle, stay on top. And yeah, it's annoying. It really is annoying a lot of these times where it's like, okay, this is the fight that's going to happen, but there's nothing signed. It was like the bullshit that we were going through with Conor. At least we have Conor versus Dustin now, so we can talk about that. But Blachowicz, who is he defending the belt against?
Well, Teixeira would have to be the guy.
Wait, so Izzy's not? What happened? You just said Izzy.
Well, yeah, listen, Izzy's going to go up and fight for the belt. But wait, who do you have in that fight?
Wait. You just went in 3 different directions.
Hold on, who do you have for the fight?
We don't even have a fight. So what are you talking about?
If Jan and Izzy fought, who do you have?
I'm not picking anyone right now.
Because what I was going to say was, if you had Jan and your theory works out and
I
Jan
won't pick
wins,
until the fight until the fight's signed. Until everything's signed, the papers are signed, then I'll give you my pick. But right now, I refuse to pick Izzy versus Jan Blachowicz. I refuse. I can make an argument for both guys winning that fight, but I refuse because I don't even know if we're going to see it.
What I was going to say was, and the reason I asked you is because if you had Jan and your theory was correct and say Jan won, then he defends against Teixeira. That would be the next step.
Okay. Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on because I don't even know what to say anymore. All I know is Anthony Smith coming off that win looked great. That doesn't say anything to me that he is going to be a contender again. He's going to be up there for the strap. Maybe he works his way into the mix, but he's not winning that belt. I'm just trying to think of who would be there that would be easy for him to get that belt, and I can't find it right now. Maybe if things swap around a little bit, maybe we can make the argument, but at this day, November, 30th? Is that where we're at? No chance for Anthony Smith. Okay, what else?
All right, so Dana White praises Mike Tyson and hopes the boxers made $1 zillion fucking dollars, according to Timothy Rapp of the Bleacher Report. UFC President Dana White was impressed with Mike Tyson after he fought to an 8-round draw against Roy Jones on Saturday in an exhibition match, saying that he believed that Tyson won the match. White told reporters that after the fight, Tyson looked fucking awesome despite fighting for the first time in years at the age of 56. He said, quote, "You guys have been asking me questions leading up to this thing, and I didn't want to say anything negative because I love Tyson and he's a good friend of mine. He's 56 years old. Time is undefeated. Time takes us all down. And one of the things that I was worried for Mike is he has this incredible aura still, and 56 years old, fighting is a young man's game. All that being said, he looked fucking awesome tonight. I was blown away by how good he looked." White added that he hoped Tyson and Jones made $1 zillion fucking dollars for the exhibition bout and said that he was happy for the pair and that the fight itself exceeded his expectations. Most people seem to agree with White's assessment that Tyson was the winner. The former heavyweight champion certainly landed more punches, and they even included the scorecard in this article, Moss. CompuBox. Final stats, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr.
He actually did, my scoring was correct.
Yeah, they had 35% total punches body landed, 16% for Roy Jones. Tyson had 18% jabs and 11% for Jones, and 42% power for Tyson compared to the 19% for Jones.
He did great.
Yep, 67 to 37 total punches landed.
The fact that it went to a draw, I'm not surprised. It's boxing, and it was an exhibition event. So Tyson, both guys, look decent. Tyson, I think, shined a little bit more because he was fresh going through this fight. His cardio held up, and there were moments in this fight where you felt like Tyson was kind of holding back. It looked like he was hitting to the body pretty hard, but it looked like if you just had that feeling that Tyson wasn't really letting it go completely, and Jones was still hurting. After that, Tyson looked great. I enjoyed it. I do have issues, and my issues are this: if it wasn't Mike Tyson fighting, I would have not cared at all about that fight. I would have watched that fight and complained and said, "This is boring. I don't want to watch this anymore. Someone please slice my head off." I wouldn't care. Can you turn this football game off? Because it's driving me nuts. I can't stop watching it, and I can't even pull a thought together because I just want to watch the game. And we'll just have the score up here. Just or put the game on your computer. I cannot focus. I apologize to my community. I can't focus. As you were reading that story before, I was just watching the game. Like, I'm that guy that goes to the bar, and if the game's on and someone's trying to talk to me, I don't give a fuck. I want to watch the game. Can't do it. We'll leave the score up here. We'll keep an eye on that. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, yeah, just throw it on your computer or something. I can't multitask. It's terrible. Anyone watching the football game? We need the Eagles to win as a Giant fan. All right. So back to the Mike Tyson thing. Like I said, if it wasn't Iron Mike fighting, I would have thought it was a dog shit horse face fight. I wouldn't care about it at all in any way. But it was Iron Mike, and I felt the nostalgia. I got the chills when he stepped in there. Even though he was old, it was just nice to see him sling the gloves around, and just, he looked good. He looked really, really good. So I think for the main event of that pay-per-view, I think it was a success for them. You know, as a boxing fan, I would be happy. I would say, okay, this worked out well, even though you had that Jake Paul thing. We'll talk about that in a second. I think it was a success. As an MMA fan watching this, I don't know if I was completely satisfied.
Really?
I said it on Saturday too, and I still feel this. I feel incomplete.
Really?
Yeah. I don't feel like I was satisfied. Huh?
Explain. Elaborate.
We all had a feeling that this could be a draw. We made mentions beforehand that there's a very good chance this will be a draw.
Right.
I was hoping for some theatrics or some crazy stuff. We didn't see that. But we showed a lot of respect. We did pull from this a Mike Tyson that was pulled together. A Mike Tyson that could just go in there and scrap, no crazy stuff, you know. We did get to see that, a controlled Mike Tyson, which we were robbed of when he was an animal. You know, if we had a more controlled Mike Tyson mixed with that savage from before, could you imagine what that man would have done? Think about it. If his head was it was in the place it's in now, in the young man's body of before, that's one thing you could take from this fight. It's like, holy shit, could you imagine this version, this mental version of Mike Tyson in that savage body of old?
Yeah.
It would have been crazy. So
yeah.
So coming out of this pay-per-view, that's what I think. I'm like, wow, that would have been nuts. You know, he gets my thoughts going. But as an MMA fan watching this thing, it just makes me love UFC more.
When you say as an MMA fan, are you saying that in comparison to what you're used to seeing with the sport of MMA, or
if Mike?
I'm just trying to figure out what you're trying to.
If Mike went in there and pushed the rules aside and went in there and knocked his fucking head off, Roy Jones down on the mat and Mike Tyson standing over him, what you gotta do now? Like just screaming and yelling or whatever, like just vicious savage Mike Tyson. I would have been so complete.
But here's the thing.
Everything would have been great.
Now, you knew, though, that they couldn't do that. Like, if they did that, then obviously the fight would have been ended, or it probably wouldn't have even continued in the first place because the commission would have just shut that shit down. So,
well, if you knocked him out, it doesn't matter. The fight's over anyway.
But didn't you have it in your head, like, knowing full well that they couldn't do those things and it couldn't get that hyper and overdrawn because of the commission? Like, knowing that, didn't it meet your expectations anyways? Knowing what the rules were and the guidelines that they put in place? Were the
rules body shots only?
No, the rules... Well, I think here's the reason that they probably did more body shots is because if one of them gets cut, the fight ends. They didn't want the fight to end.
I understand that. But here's the thing. We all expected, Mike to come out vicious, and he did. Like, listen, he fought tough. I'm not trying to completely shit on it.
He fought incredible, in my opinion.
And he looked great. But I'm not ready to watch Mike Tyson just throw body shots for 8 rounds.
But think about it logically.
And he clipped him a couple of times. But
like, you want to see something more, right? You want to see something a little more gruesome, especially as an MMA fan. I can understand that. But I think they were doing it on purpose. They didn't want to cut each other. If they cut each other, the fight ends, and it wouldn't have been worth it.
You know when the fight ends, too? If he knocks him out. Fight's over. Doesn't matter. Rules or no rules. Fight's over.
So they probably knew that full well going into this, that there were going to be more body shots than anything. And I think the fans should have expected the same thing. And for you to expect anything different or anything more, I think is just a spoiled fan's perspective.
No. A boxing fan should feel satisfied because boxing loves the clinch and the hugging. And that was the game plan.
No, I'm talking about MMA fans as well.
Okay. That was the game plan of Roy Jones. It was smart because by keeping him close, Mike wasn't able to get any uppercuts in. I don't think Mike was really giving a shit about the uppercuts, to be honest. I think the body shots were fine for him. I don't think Mike really was going in there to literally put his lights out. I think Mike wanted to show the world that he could go the distance, because when they asked him after the fight, he was happy. He was happy with the decision. He was also happy with going the distance. He wanted to prove to the people that he could go at 54 years old, last the whole dance.
And he proved it well. They both did. In fact, I think
Were you complete?
I felt satisfied.
I was not.
And having been
clinching is for
a combat
Gaylords.
sports fan who's never been able to grow up watching Mike Tyson live and knowing full well what I missed out on, it was very satisfying to watch that
clinching.
fight.
Why separate Jake Paul and Nate Robinson over and over again when they were hugging?
Because they weren't. Here's the difference, and I will point it out, and I will say, go back and watch both of those fights and come back to me and tell me that you didn't see Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. doing more work inside the clinch than you saw Jake Paul and Nate Robinson.
Yeah, well, great. They exchanged
That's
a couple
exactly
of body shots
why
here
they
and there.
got broken up so
Listen,
much.
when they hug in boxing, separate them.
But
Separate them.
No,
and
if
we're here to see a fight. We're not here to see a hug.
Each other out, then you don't need to separate them. You saw Mike Tyson. Roy Jones Jr. came into the clinch at one point during that fight with Mike Tyson close to the ropes, and Mike Tyson punched his way out.
Okay,
It was fucking awesome to see.
That was
Jake
great.
Paul and Nate Robinson were not doing that. That's just my opinion. I personally feel I was fully
ridiculous.
satisfied with the Mike Tyson fight.
As an MMA fan, there is hugging in MMA, but you know why? There's hugging because there's wrestling, there's jiu-jitsu, there's grappling, there's many different things. And inside the clinch, you can knee, you can elbow, you can do all these other things. So as an MMA fan, I want to see two guys slug it out, right? If I'm watching a boxing fight, I get the clinch here and there. I get it. I get it. It's a tactic. It's sometimes you got to tie them up. You got to tire them out. I get that. But every 5 seconds of seeing a clinch, slowly, I start to fade. And as an MMA fan, I realize that this sport is ridiculous.
Okay, now let me ask you one question. And you keep saying as an MMA fan. You keep reiterating that. So let me ask you, not as an MMA fan, were you fully satisfied with that fight?
If I were a boxing fan,
if you never watched MMA.
If I was a boxing fan, I can see how people like that because you got to see Mike Tyson come back in, which I enjoyed. But fuck this. Stupid. It was a stupid night.
Man.
It was a stupid night.
That's unfortunate.
And before that, we got to witness Jake Paul knock out Nate Robinson. Now, I saw someone put a tweet out there and said, how about Jake Paul fight a hockey player? 100%. Let's make that happen. Why would Jake Paul have a fight with an NBA player who are some of the most talented, most skilled athletes in the world? But they're clearly not fighters.
Well, Jake Paul only had one professional fight on his record before he fought Nate Robinson.
Paul is a fighter. The guy knows how to fight. He does.
Not a fighter.
As much as I hate to say it, the guy can throw hands. But if you put him against a hockey player that could actually fight, let's have that happen. Jake Paul, instead of fighting an NBA player, which is probably out of all the major sports, the biggest pussies out of any sport. If you watch an NBA game, which I love the NBA, you see them just complaining every 5 fucking seconds and flopping on the floor. I'm fouled. That's all you see in the NBA. So let's fight that guy. It's a smart business move. But as a fan, fight a guy that fights. A hockey player is a guy that fights. In a sport, they have a penalty box and they have 5 minutes for fighting. Fight that sport. Pick a hockey player. Then he wants to fight Dylan Dennis.
He wants to get into MMA.
Dylan Dennis is a grappler.
It's not
He's picking fucking ballerinas.
So
Ben Askren.
Just remember, he pointed out Dylan Dennis only to get to Conor McGregor. He doesn't care about Dylan Dennis, nor does he didn't even think about calling Dylan Dennis out in the first place. He called Conor out, and he knew that the only way to get to Conor is to fight people in his
Why
pocket.
do you think he's calling out Conor? Do you think because he wants to fight him?
He wants money.
Or do you think it's because it keeps him relevant? Because we all know what Conor does to him. Conor hurts that man. It's not even a question. Conor would hurt Jake Paul, whatever the fuck his name is. But
Jake Paul's not an MMA fighter.
But if you fight Dylan Dennis,
he would get destroyed in MMA.
or if you fight fucking Ben Askren, well, Jake might win.
Against Dylan Dennis?
Jake, yeah. I mean, what striking clinic has Dylan Dennis shown us? Think about that. Just think about it for a second.
Wonderful.
Jake Paul might beat him.
Guys, this wasn't a boxing event though, lol. That was an exhibition and a circus.
Yes. Yep.
It was painful to watch with all the rap, lol.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. And that's another thing. Like the musical numbers in between the fights. Listen, boxing is a way different animal. Like there's more theatrics. there's a lot of different things going on. There's a lot more bells and whistles in boxing, and that's fine. So I think if you're a boxing fan, I think you probably enjoyed this, knowing it's an exhibition fight and there's a goofball YouTube thing going on there. But how about Jake versus Logan? Yeah, make that happen. Make the brothers fight. I'm down with that. Make the brothers fight each other.
Well, that's not going to happen, so let's stop talking about that.
I felt weird. I felt excited going into that Tyson fight. I felt very, very excited.
But you know what it could have been, too?
And it was cool to see him go to distance, but I just feel empty.
I don't feel empty. I was fully satisfied with the Tyson fight. The Jake Paul fight I thought was a joke. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was a little bit of a joke. Seeing Nate Robinson, and this is another difference, too, between the Nate Robinson and the Mike Tyson fight, is sure, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., they clinched, but Nate Robinson would throw a punch and then hug Jake Paul and separate and throw a punch and hug him. Like, there was no common ground there. It was impossible to watch. And then on top of that, the guy gets knocked down twice before he finally gets knocked out.
If we were to tally how many minutes were wasted with Roy and Tyson clinching for those 8 rounds, like they're 2-minute rounds. If we were to take a clock and measure how many times they were clinching rather than boxing, I mean, it would be, I would say 85% of that fight.
Complete joke.
I'm talking about Tyson and
no, see, there
Jones.
was no problem.
I would say 85% of that fight was clinch.
Man,
that is not fighting to me. That's not boxing.
I would request that you go back and watch that fight again, because I disagree. Yes, they clinched a lot, and in boxing that happens often, but it didn't happen nearly as often as the Jake Paul fight. And when they were clinched, they were doing work.
You're out of your mind. The entire Tyson fight was in the clinch.
All I ask is that you go back and watch and compare the two fights.
My God. And I understand it's part of the sport. I just think it's a big flaw of the sport. I think now in bare knuckle you can clinch, but they're fighting. They're straight up fucking fighting.
Yeah.
Like there's a brawl going on there.
These are also 2 older guys. You're expecting them to fight like they're in their 20s. It just doesn't make any sense. I
didn't feel disappointment, but I felt weird. I felt weird after that fight. Everything felt odd. It didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying here. There's no way you can. Would you tell someone to go watch that fight again?
Do you know why I would? Is because I'm not a boxing fan.
What would you tell your parents, who are, you can say, casual fight fans, right? Would you tell your parents? I don't know anything about fighting. Would you say, hey, watch Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson? Would you tell them to do that?
I would, yeah, because I'm not a boxing fan.
I would never tell anyone to do that.
To me, it was entertaining.
I would never tell anyone. I would never tell anyone that I loved to go watch that fight. I respect both guys for doing it at that age. I was sort of entertained throughout the whole thing, but never in a million years would I say to someone that I cared about, hey, go watch Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson at 54 years old and 50-something, whatever. Let me see what the chat says.
Gregory says Connor is better than Jake, but I honestly think Jake beats Dennis in boxing.
I think so too.
Wonderful.
Colby Covington is calling out LeBron James.
That's crazy, man.
He's been doing that for months now, though. He's been doing that ever since
boxing?
No, ever since the BLM stuff that started happening, and then LeBron James was making comments. Something about like the national anthem happened a while ago, and then LeBron James started making comments, and Colby Covington went back and forth with him. So now he's been calling him out for a little while. Yeah,
we spoke about that, and I can make an argument on both sides.
Wonderful.
I can make an argument for LeBron winning. And a lot of people are like, no way, man. The guy doesn't know how to fight. See, in the situation with Jake Paul and Nate Robinson, Jake Paul was massive. Was Jake Paul like 200 pounds? Like he looked like Goliath.
He's bigger than Connor, which is why I don't understand why he's calling out Connor.
Well, yeah, because he can box, but he can't box. You know what I'm saying? Like you put him against a skilled athlete that is trained to strike, Jake Paul's losing every time. Now, who knows? Maybe down the road, maybe in 5 years, maybe Jake Paul can actually put up a decent fight. But he was severely bigger than a man that didn't know how to throw a punch.
Yeah.
Now, if you reverse the role and you put a LeBron James, who probably doesn't know how to throw a punch either, but a massive human being versus a guy like Colby Covington who can throw a punch. We've seen his striking is actually pretty decent. And he knows how to wrestle. Everyone says Colby will grab his leg and throw LeBron down to the ground and manhandle him. Yes, if Colby gets LeBron down, it's a problem for LeBron James. But LeBron James is like, what, 300 pounds? Like, He's a massive human being.
Well, it's not even worth talking about because LeBron James is not going to. It's not even going to.
I know. He's just a massive human being. And would I like to see that? Of course. It's a complete circus. I would love to see that. But you could make an argument because now you're fight a guy that can't fight but is massive. You know, just a massive human being versus a guy that's dwarfed. You make an argument. You can make an argument about it, but who cares? It's never going to happen, right? It's never going to happen. Let's get back to this boxing thing now. I can't figure out if I want to see it happen again, Mike Tyson. I can't seem to figure this out. I have
you
nothing. You
know that if it were announced that this were happening again, you would 100%.
But do we need it?
Be on board with it.
The question is, do we need it? He's 54 years old, and he looked great, right? He had the stamina. The guy was crisp. Like, he looked really good. And for a guy that, I mean, let's be honest, Roy Jones was the guy that was initiating the clinch. And for a guy getting clinched and hung on for the majority of that fight, he looked excellent. He really did. But do I need to see Mike fight again? The only way I say yes is if it's a real fight. If you put the rules aside.
So you're saying non-exhibition.
Yeah. Against a man his age. Evander Holyfield. Yes. Take the exhibition away. Put Evander and Mike in the ring again.
No, it would be
one more dance.
It would be Roy Jones Jr. again.
I don't want Roy wants
it would be a rematch.
Roy don't want that again. He don't want it again unless they protect him with the rules. Roy was checked out. Look at this man's face.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Look at Roy Jones's face. This face says it all. Like, he's got the look on his face where he's just like, I am in pain. He's probably pissing and shitting blood. Mike Tyson was working on his body. You know, I don't think Roy wants that smoke again. I mean, they'll get paid a decent amount of money. Maybe it's exhibition rules. Maybe. But even Mike Tyson was saying, I put Roy Jones on that card. Not saying he'd fight him, but he put him on the card. Mike beat him. He beat him in a fake fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Roy Jones fight Mike again. I have zero interest in that. You would like to see that?
I wouldn't mind it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I was entertained. Like I said, I was satisfied. I had no reason not to want to see that fight again.
Yeah, whatever happened to Lennox Lewis? I see someone, Jonathan says Lennox Lewis in the chat. Lennox Lewis, by the way, to me was one of the most boring boxers of all time. You can suck my dick if you don't agree with me. I don't care. Lennox Lewis, I hated Lennox Lewis. Could not fucking stand that guy. He was so boring. I remember I was at Mulcahy's Pub and we were watching a Lennox Lewis pay-per-view. I almost took a nap on the dance floor, Jesse. I almost pulled up a fucking pillow and just took a nap and was like, tell me when the fight's over. I wouldn't want to see that. I'd rather see Evander try to pull his ear back out of Mike Tyson's mouth. I'd like to see that. Let's see what the chat says and we'll move on.
Uncle Champ says was way boring. Justin Jr. Lennox put a whooping on Tyson. Salio 2 Deacon, I am a strict mod. I don't let BS fly. Vigo says heavy micro. Oh, I missed it. Sorry, man. 2 Joints says Tommy Morrison was Chris's favorite ginger boxer. Justin is typing something too long for me to read. Sean Hart says Lennox Lewis does commentary now and then or post-fight reviews. Uncle Champ, Lennox came late with Mike. Uncle Chef, he brought some excitement to boxing. Roberto Lewis still commentates Uncle Chef at one time.
Justin Jr., I see what you're saying over there. What are you saying? I want to say something to Justin. You're a disappointment, and this is why I'm going to say this. You picked Devin Clark over Anthony Smith, and you picked Roy Jones Jr. over Mike Tyson. I'm not sure if I could trust you anymore. I don't know, man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I don't know, Justin. I feel like I'm losing.
Royce Gracie beat guys better than him. Rocky beat Thunderlips. Mayweather beat the Big Show and that chick beat that 500-pound fat fucking Russia the other day. Size doesn't always matter. Colby went toe-to-toe with the champ banging the whole time. Stop.
Okay. So, man, I don't understand why people want to make the argument of Colby Covington. Thank you for the donation. Colby Covington and LeBron James. I don't understand why people are so fascinated with taking a hard side on who wins that fight. Colby should win, right? He is the trained fighter. He should win. You do realize LeBron James, though, is a massive
wonderful.
ogre of a human being.
MMA needs to stay away from the boxing judges. I think they judge on Vegas gambling interest. Sad.
You know, I do believe, and thank you, Roberto, I do believe that this fight, no matter how close it was, or I mean, if it's relatively close, they're just going to make it a draw no matter what, because it's not a real fight. They were both getting belts. So I think no matter what, they were going to find a way to make this thing a draw. So I can't say, I mean, the corruption of boxing is real, but when it comes to Saturday night, I think that was inevitable. You know, that outcome was completely inevitable. I don't know. But I don't need to see Mike Tyson fight Jones again. I mean, if he fights Evander, that'd be interesting. I think that has a lot more juice to me, too. You know, but Roy Jones, I think that ship has sailed. Does anyone want to see Mike fight Roy again in an exhibition bout?
Not exhibition, but a regular fight rules would be okay. Be acceptable.
So now make it a real fight.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm in. Yeah, then I'm in. Make it a real fight. Let Tyson be it. But you know what? Roy's just going to clinch up with him again.
Baby.
He wants no piece of the uppercut.
They always...
Baby Christopher?
From
From this point on, I want you to call me Baby Christopher.
In boxing, you know, you even said yourself that clinching is inevitable. So it's just, it doesn't make any sense to me why you would say, oh, as long as they don't clinch. You know they're going to.
You know what? All right, so if they clinch, put a ref in there. That will separate them quickly.
Didn't they have a ref in there?
Yeah, the ref did not want to separate them. He let
because
them.
They were doing work.
2 punches, holding on for dear life, looking over at the ref like, you ready to separate us? Nah, keep it going. And then the ref steps in. Like it was, come on. It's a 2 minute, they're 2-minute rounds. If you spend a minute and 50 seconds of the 2 minutes hugging each other, I'm out. It's not sweet science anymore. We're there to see a fight, are we not? Are we not there to see men or women step in that ring and beat the living shit out of each other? Isn't that the name of the game? Boxing, the sweet science. Yeah, the sweet science is 2 men in there taking each other's heads off or ripping fucking punches to the fucking body. That's what we want. I do not want to fucking see my fighters just hugging. And if they're going to hug, then allow takedowns and knees and elbows, and then we'll talk. Come on. It's ridiculous. It's number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
All right, give me actually, this will be good for the phone lines if we get some saves tonight. We'll open up the lines. I have a feeling we'll have some good calls. Maybe some nice debates.
Yes. Also, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. proved spectacle over sport isn't a bad thing. So a lot of outlets are disagreeing with you, Moss, that it was a very entertaining thing to watch and satisfying and fulfilled.
As a boxing fan, I would be satisfied. As a real fight fan, I would feel like I had blue balls.
Well, according to Ben Felks of The Athletic, it was big George Foreman who finally convinced him, as weird as that is to admit. Up until then, to be perfectly honest, he was on the fence. You might say he had certain reservations, doubts, and concerns, even wanted to have fun but didn't want to be foolish. Then, late Saturday afternoon, Twitter said that the former heavyweight champ, King of the Grill, had decided to order the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. pay-per-view. His reasoning was pretty sound too, which is when everyone else realized that this was going to be an excellent fight to watch, and nobody was disappointed. In fact, the only thing that a lot of these fans were disappointed in when watching this was the commentary and the continuous music. Raps and songs between every fight leading up to the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. fight, as well as yours truly, Snoop Dogg's commentary, has caught some fancied eyes and some hateful eyes, unfortunately. Let me know what you guys thought about Snoop Dogg's commentary in the chat, along with the rap that happened between each and every fight. Cringe rap says Uncle Savage, Snoop is so 1993. Snoop stole the show. Well, according to this, Snoop Dogg, there were some people who loved him and some people who hated him. Now, in the beginning, when it first happened, everybody loved it. And then there was the few Karens who had something to say. And all of a sudden, it took a complete 180. And now people are criticizing the Snoop Dogg for how he had handled
Man,
the
you know that there might be an issue when you have an event, you bring Mike Tyson back, you got Jake Paul, big YouTube star, right? And then majority of the stories that are out there are about Snoop Dogg. Think about this. Now, we didn't, hear Snoop Dogg, and I think he's kind of funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know? I think he adds a little humor here, and some people think it's very serious and you shouldn't add humor to anything. But those people need to get a life. Snoop Dogg's amusing to me. Maybe he goes a little overboard here and there. I didn't hear his commentary, so I can't really give you an accurate critique. But why are we all talking? Why are all the stories about Snoop Dogg? And everyone's kind of pushing aside that Mike Tyson came back and went the decision. Like, there's so many stories about Snoop. Who cares, man? It's boxing. You got people dancing between every round, every fight.
I gotta be honest. What did you guys fucking expect? For the people who are hating on Snoop and criticizing how he had handled the professionalism and everything of being a commentator for that event, what the fuck did you expect? Snoop Dogg is known.
He's clueless.
He's known for not being professional during interviews on talk shows, during his own promotions for his own fucking products. Like, the guy is 100% known for not being a professional dude, smoking weed in the middle, like on air during fucking weird situations. Like, the guy, it's just part of his persona. So for you to assume that Snoop Dogg is just gonna jump in there and be this professional, like, straight arrow kind of guy is a little fucking ridiculous, if you ask me.
It's a circus. You got to remember, the co-main event was Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul. So, I mean, I don't know what you guys expect, you know? Like, this wasn't a legit... And the main event was an exhibition fight. So, the fact that people are complaining about Snoop Dogg, and I heard that Sugar Ray Leonard got completely buried. Like he barely even got a word in. I mean, you have Moral Ronaldo, you got IZZY, you got Snoop Dogg, you got Sugar Ray. Like, how many freaking commentators do you need?
Well, they were
and
trying
Moro
to
is
make it
bigger than life.
You have to remember, boxing can't sell by itself anymore, so they need the rappers. They need the big names on the commentary table. The fact that Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. was on there and Jake Paul was great, but it wasn't enough to sell the entire card. So they needed other things to kind of amp up the rest of the card that they were trying to sell.
Boxing's an interesting thing here. I still think it's major. I still think it's mega. I think they have a lot of fans. It's just interesting. Like, it's interesting to see these crazy circuses that happen. And I feel boxing, a lot of people were saying the visuals of the event were impressive. Like, they enjoyed the visuals of it. I thought the opposite. Like, I feel without a crowd in boxing, it loses a lot. The UFC has a cage around these fighters. That's all you really need. You throw Bruce Buffer in there, you throw two fighters in there, a couple of ring girls walking around, you're good. In boxing, it's not like that. Mm-hmm. You have the ring girls, you got Michael Buffer, but you feel empty when you don't see the heads in the crowd in boxing. Like, people right up on the ropes.
It's getting harder and harder for them to sell. There's
it's
no
weird.
doubt. Yeah. Listen, they did what they had to do. I think for anyone to criticize or expect something different it baffles me. You shouldn't even be watching it in the first place if your only agenda is to criticize what has been so apparent for years now.
I do feel, though, I think boxing fans were more happy about the event than upset. I think I would imagine, like, as an MMA fan, I have my critiques, but I do feel that boxing fans probably enjoyed the event. Especially the nostalgic point of it with part of it with Roy and Mike coming back in. You know, that's cool. That's cool to see. Woo, let's go Seahawks. Let's get to the donations over here. Hold on a second. I see one slipping in. Oh shit. What?
Gonna smash.
I'm gonna
smash.
Beat everybody.
Gonna smash.
I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody.
I'm gonna smash everybody.
I'm gonna smash.
Khamzat smashed COVID in one day. He is now 4-0 in the UFC.
Yeah, what happened to that? Everyone's freaking out that the freaking Khamzat has the COVID, and he defeated it.
Well,
I don't even know if he had it, to be honest.
That's one of the next stories.
Is it? Okay. So I just want to get to, before we get to this next story, I do want to look at this card real quick here. The UFC fight card. Now, it was completely overshadowed by boxing, and rightfully so. I mean, it wasn't like superstar power. But we'll go through this. Miguel Baeza, by the way, badass.
Fire.
Complete badass, man. Really is something special. Keep an eyeball on him. Parker Porter, as the underdog here, got the job done from CES, by the way. Congratulations to Parker Porter for getting this job done. Got the unanimous decision. Bill Algeo got the unanimous decision over poor Spike. I don't know, man. I'm kind of falling off on Spike, man.
Lord.
I think Spike, he's a novelty ginger
Yeah,
wacko, but
that's
he's not that good.
When I was calling this fight, all I was
not
thinking was, why is Moss so high on this guy?
Yeah, I know. 3 fights ago, I was like, oh, this guy's great. And then I should have realized after he turned around the fight before this one and wanted to walk off and got cracked, I should have realized, okay, no more. I'm off the Spike train.
Yeah.
Let's see. Norma Dumont gets the unanimous. You got Jonathan Pierce, the ground and pound. I mean, he looked very good. Very, very good, the Walmart Jason Knight. The guillotine choke by Dos Santos over Martin Day. You got Mazzani, the ground and pound. How about Mazzani taking care of do you think that's it for Ostovich?
I mean, Ostovich looked like shite.
She's not good.
She looked... If ever
She's not
Ostovich
good.
had a bad fight, it was this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God she's easy to look at because that's all she's got going for. A lot of OnlyFans jokes for her. We'll see what happens. Do you think she goes to bare knuckle?
I think she already has an OnlyFans.
Probably. She doesn't. She wants to stay in the UFC, and I
I
understand
don't see
why.
her going to bare knuckle because I don't know if she would ever want, because she would have to take
She
on
should
another
go.
fight with Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah, that needs to happen. That needs to
Look at his
happen.
record.
It's terrible.
Oof.
She's fucking horrible.
Oof. Hoofa.
My God. Well, she can't get armbarred in bare knuckle. Put her against Paige. Like that would be fantastic.
It'd be good for bare knuckle.
But her moneymaker's her face, and everyone was critiquing Paige for going over there. I think she should do it if Rachel still wants to go for it. That'd be fantastic. That'd be a big move for bare knuckle. Even though she's not that good, she still has her social media following.
Yeah.
Rear naked choke for Nate Maness.
Good way to start off the card.
Yeah, actually that was a pretty good fight. You had the punches. Yeah, look at all the finishes, by the way.
Crazy.
Sue Madari got the Malcolm Gordon, the guy that looks like a ghoulie, took him out. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights in a row. Right off the bat to start off the card with carnage.
Crazy.
So they put on a decent event. I mean, listen, it wasn't the best. A lot of things fell apart. But entertaining. If it wasn't for, I kind of wish the boxing thing didn't happen on the same night so we could have gave it our full attention, But it's tough to go against something like some circus like Jake Paul and Nate Diaz. What do you think about the Nate Diaz? Nate Diaz. Why am I saying Nate Diaz? I keep saying it. God. Oh, God.
Moss, let's talk about where your head's at right now.
I've been calling him Nate Diaz. I don't know what the fuck. They have the same first name. Why is he a Diaz all of a sudden? Nate Robinson.
Because it's the only Nate you know.
Because I shouldn't be talking about Nate Robinson fighting. It's my brain saying that's not supposed to happen. What do you think about the memes?
Normal. I thought they were pretty funny, but at the same time, I saw someone post it. I couldn't remember where I saw it. I think I saw it on Twitter or something. Someone said, in this day and age, I wouldn't want to be in boxing, not because I think I would lose, but because the internet is so brutal. And I can't remember who said it. I did see it on the internet. And it's true. At this point, if you're in any kind of sport and you decide, hey, I'm going to move over to boxing, you don't want to do it, not because for the fear of losing, but because the internet is so fucking hard.
Or basketball players should not even think about boxing. Some of the
memes I saw were hilarious, but then some of them, they fucking went there. And I was like, oh, God. If I were Nate Robinson...
He deserves it, though, Nate. Let's be honest with you. He deserved to get his ass whooped. I wanted Nate to knock out Jake in the worst way.
Why did he deserve to get his ass
Because
whooped?
he had no business being there. He deserved it.
Well, if he wants to start a career in boxing, good for him. But
and then all the freaking white knights or black knights, whatever the hell you want to call them, going to his defense, Nate Robinson, on social media, Floyd Mayweather, and like, I'm not going to kick him when he's down. And this, kick the man when he's down. The guy was a slam dunk champion. He's 5'9" or 10. He's fighting a guy that's 200 pounds that actually has some boxing experience. And he thinks, oh, I'm an athlete. I can throw a punch. Clearly he can't. He was leading with his face. He literally was leading with his face he was going for the clinch.
I think they're saying that because he lost to a YouTuber, so it's even more embarrassing.
A YouTuber that's box, though.
But people don't look at that. People just go, oh, it's a YouTuber who fucking jumped into pro sports out of nowhere, and Nate Robinson lost to him. I would make fun, too.
If I was Nate, I would just ride the wave because people are talking about him,
Also, Belle Delphine is releasing a legit sex tape on Christmas. The hype is so real right now.
Hey, I thought Belle Delphine already has released stuff like that.
Who is Belle Delphine?
You know who Belle Delphine is?
Zero clue. Who?
Belle Delphine. The only reason I know who she is because when Tekashi 6ix9ine got out of prison.
Who is Tekashi 6ix9ine?
You know the guy with the colored. He's the rapper with the colored hair. He went to prison for snitching on gangs.
Okay.
Anyways, when Tekashi 6ix9ine got out of prison, I saw Belle Delphine.
Who's Belle Delphine?
Redid his song, and she made it like her own thing, like in a sexualized way. I thought she was like a porn star or something, though. I thought she like already had stuff. That was
Is this sex tape gonna be worth it?
She basically sells her hotness and like a sexual desire for her
I gotta look
to
her
make
up.
money.
What does she look like?
Belle Delphine. She has like a.
I legit have
she
no
wears
clue
wigs.
who she is.
She wears wigs and stuff. Like
I'm probably
she's
better
a little
off not
bit weird, but she's cute. You know.
You put Belle in, and Belle Delphine comes
Yeah.
up. The fuck she
like
15
sells.
years
She
old.
kind of sells her sexual like.
She's a kid.
Nah, she's an adult. She's.
This is not an adult.
She
This is a
looks like
child
kid.
with an octopus. Why would anyone want to see her sex tape? Shouldn't you go to jail if you see that? Hold on, let me.
Wonderful.
Before I put it on, I don't want to make. I want to make sure her bottoms are on. Why is she in a bathtub with an octopus?
She's like a weirdo. She's like a really big weirdo, but people love her for some reason. Like people, I don't know.
Yeah, pedophiles. She is a child.
No, she's not a child. She's not.
How is she not a
She's
child?
like 22 or something like that.
Okay. So they like 21-year-olds that look like they're 12.
I
That is
mean-
not. Why would anyone spank to this?
I mean, I've seen a couple of her videos, and it's weird to me, but I guess whatever.
But we might
works,
have some kids in the chat. So all right, maybe
whatever
they want.
works. I guess I don't know. If you're
I would go
into
to
that-
jail if I spanked to that.
I don't know. It's a little weird.
What the fuck?
But
It's a kid.
The weird thing is, I can understand why it
Child.
sells. Like I'm watching her, and I'm thinking, I get it.
Yeah, like Justin Jr. should be going on. He should be on.
Well,
right?
Grown adults go for her too, I guess.
How DVSV Flood? How old are you? Just out of curiosity. I guess if he's in his 20s, then I get
Yeah,
it. If you're in your 30s, don't be looking at that. And if you're in your 40s, you're going to jail. I got a 24-year-old right here. I'm pushing the boundaries here. But Jesus Christ, this girl looks so fucking young.
No, she's like 22, 21 or
There's
22.
no way.
Yeah.
Let's see age. Maybe she just got a really young face. Oh my God, she looks like a fucking kid. Look at this.
Yeah.
She's doing porn? Oh my God, she's a fucking child.
She's not. She's a grown adult.
This is, by the way, guys, this is a grown adult. Are you kidding me?
I mean, but she's got a cute face. She knows she sells.
What the
Listen,
fuck?
I guess her
What is going
mentality
on?
is if you got it, flaunt it, right?
Yeah, sure. That's great. Would you want your daughter flaunting it if she...
No, of course not. I'm just saying
Fuck you
I
talking about?
understand why it works for her. She's
21.
So, listen. She's just
Fucking
doing
A,
business,
man.
man. She just knows what sells, I guess.
Did he say how old he was? Hold on, I'm just curious. He's 28. Oh, you're pushing the boundaries, buddy.
What are you pushing? She's 21
Pushing
years
the
old.
boundaries. Yeah, he's right. He's still in the pocket. He's all right.
Still in the pocket, Moss. You and I got together when I was 20. When I was. At the
I
tail
know,
end
but
of
you didn't look
21.
like this.
I was
This
at
looks
the
like a
tail end of 21
She
years
looks
old.
like a child. Look at this girl. This girl looks like a fucking child. This is crazy. I'm like,
my
this
God.
is fucking crazy.
But you know what, Moss? If you were to put it into terms of when our relationship started,
Yeah.
it's the same fucking thing.
But if you looked like you were 15 years old, I wouldn't even be thinking about
but
it.
she does it on purpose because it sells. Like people, like kids,
Oh,
teenagers.
she
are
looks
gonna
like 15 on
spend
purpose,
money
so people would
because
spend money.
teenagers are gonna spend money on her.
But that gentleman that just donated is 28 years old.
Cause she's a
So
grown
he
adult,
wants to
so it's
find a girl that looks
acceptable,
like she's
I guess.
15?
I don't fucking
What
know.
does that mean?
I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm just saying I understand how it works.
I don't understand like if a girl's of age but she looks like she's not of age. I don't understand the allure. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's father-daughter porn.
No,
or
she
some
does
shit.
like cosplay and shit like that. So it's not like she's dressing like a kid on purpose. She just
Who wants to bang a girl that's cosplaying?
a lot of
What?
weirdos are out. A lot of nerds, Moss. They're like really into that.
If I fucking found a girl
You've
that was
heard- have you ever
beautiful
heard of the
and
San
was
Diego-
dressed as Baby Shark, I would fucking kill myself.
Have you ever heard of the San Diego Comic-Con? I'm sure you have.
Yes, it should be lit on
It's
fire.
all cosplay, and a whole bunch of nerds go there in cosplay looking for cosplay soulmates. Like it's just like a thing they do. Like
yeah, pedophiles.
The world is
it's
so
a pedophile
vast
breeding ground.
with these kinds of people. So Listen, I'm not gonna fucking judge. Listen, she's doing.
Everyone's got their
doing
thing.
what works.
Hey, if she's of age, then knock yourself out.
She's doing what works. I can't kill her.
Fucking creeps me out, man.
I gotta be honest with you. If I had what she has, like she has a fucking hot body and shit like that. If I had what she
looks
has,
like she's 15. What do you mean hot body?
I would probably be doing the same fucking
Hold
thing.
on a second. Where is his body? Let me see his body. She's
right there
got
on the
going
right. On the right. No, go up. No, where? Now you're looking. You're
I'm trying to find a full body.
I just gave you
no,
one.
No, fuck this. Stop making me look at this fucking girl. Oh my god.
She's cute.
I gotta get out of this. All right, get out of this. This is fucking disgusting. She looks like a fucking kid.
She's not a kid, so it's not disgusting.
Okay. Anyway, give me the Khamzat story, and then we'll start this 5 minutes.
All right. So UFC Vegas 17, Khamzat Chimaev is still good to go despite reports of a positive COVID-19 test, according to Tim Bissell, Bloody Elbow.
All right.
A lot of chatter went around because of some Swedish article that even Drunk Savage shared about Khamzat Chimaev catching COVID and saying that he wasn't going to be fighting at his next fight. But this is all false. The fight is still on. John Morgan spoke with Chimaev's team and reported that he is still good to go. Morgan did not confirm if Chimaev actually had tested positive for COVID-19, but at this point he does not have COVID and it is not going to affect his ability to perform at UFC Vegas 7.
That neckbeard would never let him have COVID, Jesse. Too powerful. Too powerful. Yeah, we don't want that to happen. So I hope everything's good to go and we get to see him versus Leon. It's a good fight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us start the clock. Here we go. 5 minutes on the clock. Now, we have 5 minutes of rollover time. So you're guaranteed 5 minutes. But if you want to save the show, drop a donation, say save the show, and we'll add it to the clock. Open up the phone lines, talk to the people. We need some heroes tonight. I need a hero.
Wonderful.
All right. Let's see how the chat's doing. And thank you guys for joining us. Hit the like button as well.
The train is back on track, says DVSV. He will smash Leon, says Uncle Champ. SGW says Staley. Mastone says Uncle Champ 2 joints. Canada trying again to call in, bro. Heavy Micro. Tony's the type of guy to get COVID just to fight it. Eddie Machete says Yeet. Manny Main BC says I gonna learn English with everybody.
Everybody.
2 joints says the intro is wonderful. What was that?
That was everybody, like the donation. I'm going to smash everybody. Everybody.
I don't think you can say it right.
Everybody.
This might be the first time you can't impersonate.
He doesn't say everybody. He goes everybody.
No.
See? I'm going to smash everybody.
No.
Yeah, that's what it says.
No.
We got to save!
Colby Covington wants to kiss your hand.
Donald Trump, can
D-Rez!
kiss your hand?
Kiss your hand. Kiss your hand.
Trump, you have a delicious hand.
Add another 5. That's 10 minutes.
Save.
Thank you, D-Rest. You are wonderful.
Wonderful.
Appreciate that, my friend. All right, so we got 10 minutes. Guaranteed 10 minutes. We can squeeze a couple calls in, but if you want the party to keep going, let's go. Drop the don't know and be wonderful. The Seahawks are still winning. There's 6 minutes left. Come on, Seahawks. Maintain that lead, and the Giants will stay in first place.
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit! We got the time machine!
I've got a smartphone
And I need a time machine! Mike Tyson!
Your mother in a straight jacket, you punk ass white boy. Come here and tell me that if I fuck you in your ass, you punk white boy. You faggot. You can't touch me, you're not man enough. I eat your asshole alive, you bitch. Fuck you, you hoe. Come and say to my face, fuck you, you ass for that.
Iron
Everybody.
Mike.
You bitch. Come on, you bitch.
That's the real Mike.
You scared coward.
Where was this Mike?
You're not man enough to fuck with me.
Where was this
You
guy?
ain't like 2 minutes in my world, bitch. Look at you scared now, you hoe. Scared like a little white pussy. Scared of the real man. I'll fuck you till you love me.
Thank you, Uncle Champ.
Save
Peace.
show.
Holy shit, Uncle Champ. So what do we got now, Jesse?
30 minutes.
30 more minutes. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Appreciate that double, Champ, the Uncle Double, with the Mike Tyson donation for Saturday night. We can definitely open up phone lines now. Do we have any more heroes? Let's see. Uncle Savage!
Colby
Covington wants to kiss your hand.
Yeah, baby!
Can I kiss your hand?
Kiss your hand!
Kiss your hand. Trump, you have a delicious hand.
A lot.
Save the show. No more talk about no talent whores unless they're fighting in the cage or ring. Never again. Never.
Never.
But
Thank
you're
you.
looking her up right now. I know it. Savage is looking up Belle Delphine, probably getting the lotion and the tissues ready.
I don't
over
think
here
she's
talking
his
about,
type, to be honest.
Like,
and he's got a Lady
yeah,
Jessie.
whatever. She's whatever. But I know about 50-60% of you are probably looking up Belle Delphine right now.
Sound the alarm, Jess. Roberto! Yeah!
Angelo! Michael Angelo!
Drop him in the chat. Minute left.
Angelo! Michael Angelo! Watch out, here he comes with the wrench friend, heart and soul of the whole Mississippi girlfriend. Time out, trolls! Welcome to the dead end. Cock so big that you can't even comprehend. Lost and grown, making bitches moan on the timestamp throne while the chat room stones. Hold up! Save the show, for the tales will be told about Michael Angelo.
Roberto.
Save the show.
Add
Hong
it
Kong
on.
Gentleman Club in Tijuana is very interesting.
Tijuana.
Hong Kong Gentleman Club in Tijuana.
That puts us at 55 minutes, Moss.
Nice.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, Roberto. Appreciate that. Thank you to everyone that saved the show. We got 26
Do we get one
seconds
more in before the clock ends?
left in the save. Will someone be a hero? Oh, my
Is it going
God.
to come in before the clock? Anything after the clock doesn't count.
What?
Ah! 12 seconds. 11. 10. 9. Oh!
Boobies! Oh, yeah, baby! Oh, hey!
I can see your underwear. Put your boobies in the air, flapping like I just don't care. Can I lick your pubic hair? Snap a picture, time to share. Took my meat vision impaired. Twisted mind, I need a prayer. Pervert cameraman, beware. Pervert cameraman, show them tits.
Show them tits.
Pervert cameraman, $10 tip. Pervert cameraman, Ariel Celeste. Pervert cameraman,
Yeah.
show them breasts. Boobies.
Boobies.
Yes, Uncle Shep, thank
Save
you.
the show.
Fook,
Cheers,
yeah.
holes.
Cheers to you, Shep, and that puts us at an hour 5.
I see 2 in the queue. Let's let him in. Let's let him in. Come on, baby. Oh, Devin, what happened? What happened?
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. John Jones crashed the show. John Jones crashed the show. John Jones crashed the show. John Jones
It's a party!
crashed the show. John Jones
Picogram!
crashed the show. John Jones
Picogram!
crashed the show. John Jones
Picogram!
crashed the show. John Jones crashed the show.
Wow. John Jones and Devin, there they are. The last time they ever... No, they came on after.
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
Nice, man.
Save the show.
All right. And we
That
have one
puts
more.
us at an hour and 13 minutes.
All right, there's one more in the queue. We'll let it go through. Why not? We're feeling jolly tonight. I mean, Jesus. December right around the corner here tomorrow. And here it is.
Mistletoe and holly.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The haters drove me to being a Jake Paul fanboy. He saved the show and saved the weekend from another boring weekend of combat. All hail King Paul. Midwest tough on you bitch ass haters. Save thy show.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much. All right, everyone that saved the show, G's in the chat.
1:15.
1:15. We're adding to the clock. Thank you so much for the contributions.
Crash the show, Judge.
Wow, that's...
It's not 20 minutes from last week, Deacon. Stop fucking lying in there, you drunkard. It's 5 minutes from last week.
All right. Listen, he's pretty active in there, Deacon. What is he doing? He's having a good time. All right, 20 to 9, 3 minutes left in the game. Hell yeah, baby. And thank you to everyone, by the way, making this thing grow and making our dreams come true. We had another call today about the website. We thought we were in good shape. We'll see what happens. We'll see how that goes. But we're doing some more research. The gentleman that reached out to us, get back. We would like to talk to you via email.
Yes.
And we have a couple more calls to make. Hopefully, first couple of months of next year, we can get this website going. Brand new stuff. So looking forward to this.
So excited.
All right.
So excited.
Let's get ready to play this song. We're going to take some phone calls, more news to get to. Everyone make sure you hit that like button and don't be a gaylord. Just have some fun tonight.
Oh, never mind.
We'll see you on the other side.
Hello, Kevin, what's on your mind?
What's up, Jesse and Chris? It's Drunk Savage.
No way!
Drunk Savage. What's up, Jesse and Chris? It's Drunk Savage.
I can't believe you're calling right now. Drunk Savage, what's on your mind?
Not much.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I have a respect for everybody in the chat.
MMA-HOLES.
Vlad's one of them. Kevin from Chicago. AMH, I mean the knitter.
I'm just enjoying this.
I can hear you.
Hi, this is Billy.
We have Sean Hart.
Hey, there you are. What's up, man?
What's up, Pulse?
Oh, it's Justin Jr.
Barbecue Chrome.
Hernandez.
So Kainoto.
Lord.
RX.
Bro, Heavy Biker Road, Indy Rust, Sean Man, Vigo, Big Bob, Basically Dragon White, Phoenix, Vigo, Southern Country Down, Shannon Stewart, Bro, hell yeah. Benjamin, CC 2.0, Peter Phillies,
Jeremiah. Hey, Lee W. Michelangelo. Man, what a wonderful, wonderful community.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, I feel it. I feel good. I feel sexy. I feel swole. Listen later, slap this.
I
All right.
like biting your shoulder.
I know. I had to go to the bathroom and wipe your face off my shoulder, too.
What?
Nah, that's all right. I still love you, Jesse. You're the best.
I spit on you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Upooful for putting that song together. He's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. I just want to say something quick before I do open up these phone lines. By the way, Google Hangouts, I think they're getting rid of their a couple of their features, which kind of sucks. So let's do this. Okay. Alrighty. I just want to say something real quick. There are some people going through some stuff within the community, whether it's health stuff or mental stuff or whatever. I just want to just give a shout out to those people right now. Some of the people that, you know, if you're going through some hard times, whether it's with your health or with mental issues, we're here for you, man. I'm hoping that we can give you the escape that you desire. Just keep you out of that reality because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. And I hope that everyone gets better real soon because there's some really cool people in this community I know going through some stuff. And we miss you, we love you, and we hope you get better.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. Let's see. Let's open up the phone lines here. Here we go. All right. So listen, we know what we're talking about. We know we're gonna get into the MMA some actually this weekend, don't we? What events this weekend? What do we have here? What's do we have?
Your lips aren't getting chapped lately?
Yeah, they are. It's that time of the year.
Man, I feel like
It's the chap lip.
chapped galore.
Oh, Hermanson Vittori. By the way, what do you think about Vittori being a kind of a cunt? Like, you know how we complain about, you know, every once in a while a fighter's kind of dicky, right? Mm-hmm. We get that because we're the MMA holes. But apparently Vittori is a guy that is kind of dicky to reporters. Ariel was complaining about him today.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, he's kind of douchey. DC, he was complaining. DC was saying that he was complaining about how he called one of his fights and he was being like, I don't know, biased or whatever. Mm-hmm. So this is the fight coming up this weekend. It's a good fight. And how about the St. Preux versus Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife back in the cage? De La Rosa versus Santos. Dolds versus Allen. All right. Man, look at the size of this guy's fucking... What is this thing? What is that? What's going on over here? Is that hair or is it a mass? Not sure what that stuff is up there. A big mole on his head. Interesting looking guy. All right, we'll be reacting to this weekend. Love that the UFC's pumping out these events. Indeed, wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's open up the phone lines. The number is 516-522-0267. Give us a call. We'll talk about anything. We'll talk about the events that happened this weekend, what's coming up, whatever you'd like to chat about. We're here for you.
Whatever you want.
Okay. Phone number. Oh, did I put the right one up? Yeah, I did actually. Okay, cool. Let's put the number over here. Phone line. There's the number. Let's put it above. Actually, I don't want to put it above the score. Is the game over yet? It's delayed. The
Delayed.
fuck? Why is the... Oh, it's 2 minutes left in the game. Oh, shit.
What did you do?
Let's go like this. Put it nice and small over there. All right, so 20-9. It says delayed. The fuck? I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's like a timeout or some shit. Okay, the number is 516-522-0267. Give us a call. We'd like to talk to you and chat about what's going on in the world of the OOFK, the boxing events happening this weekend. Crazy stuff. 176 people watching. Make sure you hit the like button and be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Seahawks won, Timothy? Is it a done deal? It says delayed on the live score. If that is the case, that is great news. Congratulations, New York Giants. Sole possession of first place. Hey, Sega.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Sega?
What's up, Sega?
Alrighty. Oh, we got some donations here. Hold on.
Wonderful,
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm sorry to Brett for making fun of him, for his comment on getting ready for war. Keep your piece off safety. Really sorry for ARIELs.
Yeah, Roberto had something going with Brett. Is Brett in the chat?
Why is Brett?
I don't know. They were going back and forth about something. I have
That was
no
a
idea.
while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe it's still go. Maybe it's still going. I don't know. Thank you, Roberto.
What's up, Shannon Stewart? How was your birthday? Did you get lit?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so we got the phone lines open if you'd like to call us. I'm pretty sure it looks like it's working. You guys having trouble getting through? Let us know. Okay. Let's see. It's weird. Do you think everyone's having stage fright, or what
You're
do
on
you
the
think?
MMA-HOLES one?
No, it's on not. Oh, that's why.
That's what I'm here for, Moss.
People are probably like, what the fuck's going on? That's my fault.
Let's see how many voicemails we've gotten so far.
Pick up the phone, dickhead. Oh, man. So this is because we'll get back to the main channel.
Moss was on
soon.
the wrong account.
This is a stupid situation. It's really dumb what we have to go through here because of the second channel BS.
I want to snack, but I don't know what to snack on.
Well, ask Ellie what she wants.
I just don't know. Like all day today, I've been really hungry, but everything I eat doesn't seem to satisfy me.
Have a Snickers. Isn't that supposed to be satisfying? Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
What do I want?
And yeah, try to make them as quick as possible, these calls, because we'd like to get as many in as possible. We only have an hour and 11, and we know that we can take up that time pretty quick.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA-HOLES. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Hi, this is John.
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm very good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, great. I just wanted to tell everybody to subscribe to Justin Jr.'s account. He's wonderful.
Yeah?
The MMA Genie. It's just killing it right now. That's all I have to say. Have a good night. Wonderful, wonderful. Bye-bye.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Why does Flat sound gay?
I think that's I think that's the Big Country guy. Remember?
Big Country.
Big Country. He was like,
Jess,
he
Jess,
was like,
that was Flat.
nah, I don't think it was.
Jesse, you are the worst at this.
Yeah?
How are you so bad?
I don't know, Moss. It
Why
doesn't
does he
sound like Flat.
gay? Well, yeah, that's what I was asking. Why does he sound gay? Do you think Flat's gay?
Oh, you know why he probably came in as a kid? Because if he came in as Flat,
That was his voice.
No, that was not his voice. The last time he called in all drunk, that was his voice.
Jesse, why do you think when you play video games with Flat, he puts his wife on? Because that's what he sounds
You
like.
think he's embarrassed of his voice?
Yeah, of course he is.
He didn't say it was his name because he knew he was
All
going
right.
to get it.
Well, he called in. All right. Thank you, Flat.
Man,
516-52. You are bad with this. You can't figure out these names yet.
Yeah, I am. I can't even figure out Manny C. Well, I can figure out
That's
Manny C
weird.
now. Yeah. But still, Deacon, like, if you're going to come in as a different name, dude, like, it's so hard. It's getting harder and harder to respect you. Like, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt because I have to. But if it was my choices, I'd be like,
my
bro,
God.
what are you doing?
This dude's got to put the bottle down. It's like, oh, my goodness.
He
All right.
sounded like a 13-year-old.
Although, do subscribe to Justin Jr. We do support Justin. We think he's got a great channel over there. But, God, could you imagine? Could you imagine talking like that? All right, here we go.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA-HOLES. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Man.
There he is.
Is this Flat?
Sorry that the last call was a hilarious, man. But yeah, it's content. It is what it is. But, man, everyone's crapping on me. They're pooping on me, beating a man while he's down. I had one bad weekend. Props to you guys. You picked Smith. I should have known. I mean, with the 3-rounder, maybe Clark could grind Smith up against the fence. But like you guys said, there's levels to this. And Smith proved that, Clark, maybe his mother dying, he could use that as, this is a motivating factor. Remember when Buster Douglas's mom died, and then he beat up Mike Tyson because of it. He just wasn't going to lose. But yeah, I mean, main event spot for him, it's great. I mean, hopefully he got paid that show money at least. But yeah, Smith's back in the win column. It'll be interesting to see what's next for him. But I don't see a road path to the title.
No, I am with you.
Let me ask you a question. If he fought Dominic Reyes again, who do you think he would have a second chance, or do you think Reyes would just maul him again?
I think Reyes would beat Smith, but Reyes is not exactly. Reyes has no momentum right now, and when Jerry knocks him out, Reyes will have less momentum. But
yeah,
I think Reyes beats Smith anyway.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Jesse thought they fought her.
I thought, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what?
But okay, so if they
you don't want them to fight.
If they fought,
if you're an Anthony Smith
then
fan,
Reyes would
mutilate him. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'd pick Reyes. But Reyes' schedule with Jerry Prokoshka, my brother, my friend Jerry, shout out to Jerry. He's going to make the Czech Republic proud. And, on the boxing spectrum, on the boxing side of things, how about that, man? I thought Roy Jones would dance circles around him. I thought Roy Jones would outpoint him. But Tyson looked good, man. I mean, not as much headshots as I thought there would be. I mean, Tyson's signature body hook to the uppercut, he didn't throw that too much. He didn't attempt head strikes, let alone land some, I don't know, maybe some weird exhibition rule, no knockdown / cuts. It was weird. And then the co-main, I mean, Nate Robinson leaning, down on every punch, swinging wild like a windmill, like a girl at the lunch table. Man, I mean, no one's going to remember him for all those dunks he did and those slam dunks he did. They're going to remember
on a second.
him by...
Get back to the girl at the lunch table reference. What do you mean when they get into the fights at lunchtime?
Pulling on the girl's hair, swinging like a windmill, just... basically like fighting for the cheese sandwich, if you know what I mean. Maybe you don't.
No, I do know. I know what you're talking about. I guess they still do that. Yeah, the girls' fights in the lunchroom were the best. Fighting for a cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
Those are some big girls.
Or, the drama, all this stuff that they have going on. But, yeah, no one's going to remember him for all those slam dunks he did. They're going to remember him by getting knocked out by this douchebag, and it sucks, and I'm not going to kick him while he's down. I mean, but, man, I don't know what I would do. I don't know. Some people might even kill themselves. I mean, if you really think about it like that, just his whole legacy just tarnished, and the face plan, and then Snoop Dogg making fun of him, Stephen Curry tweeting, and, his kids are probably seeing this by now. It's a very tragic situation.
So I have a different perspective on this. I'm thinking that Nate's cool with it. I think Nate, he's probably disappointed, of course, he got knocked out. But at the same time, he's getting so much...
he's embarrassed. And,
you think so?
He's probably in a dark place. You got to think, every... social media, he's blowing up. I can probably check on his tagged posts, and he'll be tagged about 6 seconds ago.
Yeah, but no one was talking about Nate, for a while. Like, I didn't even know he existed anymore. Like, I remember when I was younger and he was doing the slam dunking and all that stuff. It was great. But, he's back relevant again. And this is maybe not the type of attention that you would say would be the best. But now he could do reality shows and all this stuff. Like, he'll be asked to be doing interviews and all this crap. And, yeah, he kind of looked like a fool the night of. But this might be a blessing in disguise.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, and, I was also disappointed. Look, Jake, I'll be honest, he has a decent jab, a good jab if we're talking about someone who started boxing 2-3 years ago. His boxing fundamentals are all right. I've been in there a few times. I know boxing fundamentals when I see boxing fundamentals. And, when Nate exploded on him and just, Jake knew how to deal with that, but I had an interview schedule with Nate. I was with the manager, and he said, "Hit me up after the fight. I bet I won't get that interview now."
Listen, I say keep going for it. A lot of people are gonna want the interview.
What was so funny?
I don't know. This guy is name dropping and shit. You gotta
always
love
does
Justin. I want you to represent. Man, did you ever think about becoming an agent? You ever think about that? Like a sports agent? You would
I don't
kill.
know. That's
You would think about it. The way you talk. Like
My
you would,
good friend Mario Yamasaki.
You would blow like Ali Abdelaziz out the window. Like you're straight business. You would get things done. You cut to the chase. No chit chat. Get right to the point.
And you can matchmake. You're pretty good at that.
You know about the sport.
Yeah, I just don't know. A lot of the behind the scenes things. I mean, you guys know this, but right now I'm just sticking to my job, reaching out to multiple fighters, and yeah, I mean it sucks.
I love this kid. I swear to God, you're the best.
He's very serious.
I
Moss.
fucking
He's
love
dedicated.
Justin. I really do. He is the best out there. That's why we fuck with you the most. Because you're funny, man. You don't even realize it, but at the same time,
He's not trying
super
to be funny.
Yeah, but he's super talented. He's funny in a way that he's so ahead of the curve and ahead of the game.
You
I'm
can't
serious,
laugh at him every time
but
he
it's
says
hilarious.
something.
It's hilarious at the same time because I'm a grown man, and when I was Justin's age, nowhere in my mind would I have my shit together like Justin has.
Yeah.
Justin's
wasn't.
he's so in the zone right now. So I'm laughing because maybe I'm envious. I don't know. Maybe if I was a kid and I could get myself in that place, it'd be great.
Maybe you're not like. Maybe it's just like uncomfortable because not many kids are like this, right? So you don't know how to handle it. Most kids Justin's age, you handle them in pretty much a similar fashion.
Yeah.
But Justin's a little different. So it's like,
Justin, is it weird to have a grown man lick your ass like Flat Earth? This guy is so far up your ass. Like you never have to wipe it again. This dude his tongue is so.
I don't want to go there, guys. I mean,
he's like a human bidet.
Because Justin's the only one who doesn't notice the bullshit.
Flat is cleaning that ass. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
What did you guys mean by that? I mean,
he loves
the guy
you, man.
supports me, so.
Huh?
He's a cool guy. He likes all my videos and all, so he supports me, and yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Good. It's good to have supportive people, especially if you have a messy bowel movement. Take care of that whole thing. Lick that thing up nicely. All right, let's move on.
What do you guys mean by that?
Forget it, Justin. We're just busting chops. All right, so so do you think Jake is actually you think he's a decent boxer?
I mean, I'll be honest. If he steps in there with Connor kills him. But for someone who started boxing, 2018, he's got decent fundamentals. He's got. I mean, he doesn't have a Tim Means jab, but he's got a decent jab.
Mm-hmm.
He's got good boxing fundamentals. Not, for someone who started fighting 2 years ago. If he keeps fighting these, what can I call them? Celebrities, I guess. He'll keep winning, but
yeah,
man, I actually think he'll beat Dennis. Okay, in an MMA match, Dennis heel hooks him inside 20 seconds, but I think he'll beat Dennis. And guess what? I'm glad also that DC also agrees with me. So, you can flame me as much as you want, but I think Paul would beat Dennis. It would be a circus, and guess what? It brings kids into the sport. What boxing needs. It's a dying sport, and more kids are gonna get in it if these I guess their idols are fighting now. I got into boxing. I don't know, Muhammad Ali. I was before all this this nonsense circus stuff started going around, but it'll get the kids into the sport. What boxing needs.
Yeah.
To get back on track. And, they have these fighters on the undercard like Bad Dude Jack, a world-class boxer on the undercard. Say what you want. It gets eyes on the sport. It's good for the sport. If you really love boxing, you'll stick through this bull crap to get it in, a better position.
So, yeah, it gets eyes to the sport. But here's the thing. When is money too much? When the sport is going
money is never too much for a sport.
No money is enough money.
But when is it going to ruin something? Money always ruins everything, right?
Not boxing, it won't.
Yes, it will. Yes, because
Nah.
corruption.
How would it
corruption.
ruin that?
Corruption.
But it's already corrupt.
Yeah,
And it's still
so-
they're still thriving.
So the fact that we are worshiping a Jake Paul for beating up people he's supposed to beat, right? A guy that is not, if you put him against a real boxer at this stage, and probably in 10 years you put him against a real boxer, chances are he's going to lose, right? But if you put him in front of these guys that he's meant to beat, yeah, he looks good. It brings attention to the sport, but is it the wrong attention?
No, I don't think so. Listen, it's a joke, and people are making fun of it, and it's fucking hilarious to watch. And with like all the rapping and shit, it doesn't help the situation anymore. But when it comes to terms of corruption or being too much money, when it comes to a sports organization, it's just no possible way for it to make the sport any more corrupt than it already is. It's already corrupt, and they are thriving. Like they're still going headstrong, straight on the same path. So, no, I don't see that in any way affecting the organization.
If I was a big boxing fan, I would be a little embarrassed. But as an MMA fan, I love it because I think boxing's boring. So if you put a Jake Paul in there and you have him beat up a Nate Robinson, I think it's hysterical. I'll watch it. Of course, I'll watch it every time. The casual Chris is all aboard, you know? But if you're a boxing fan, wouldn't you be like, this is like when I was an MMA fan and freaking CM Punk came in. We were embarrassed. That was embarrassing. It's embarrassing to the sport.
Yeah, but did it get eyes on the sport? Did it get the pay-per-view ratings higher? Yes, and I think that's what boxing needs today. There'll be embarrassment in it. In the package.
So why would boxing need this? And I'm playing devil's advocate. Why would boxing need something like this when they're already bigger? They're still bigger than the UFC right now. They're still bigger. So if they can actually,
the UFC started in 1994. So
they're a bigger sport.
Well, I know the UFC. MMA I think was before. They had I don't want to go into the Japanese promotions, all this. I went through the history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, UFC is still in its infant stages right now. Even though it's 20-something years in, it's in its infant stages. It still has a lot more to grow. But the way it is growing, it will by far surpass boxing. I'm telling you, I've said this 4 years ago. I see the UFC blowing past boxing, and that's where we're going here. So by boxing doing this thing, Justin's not wrong. It does bring attention. It brings casual eyes in there. Dragging Mike Tyson back in a ring does a lot for the sport. But at what point have they gone too far? Like they've done celebrity boxing back in the day. It was a complete circus. It was a wreck. Then they kind of swept it under the rug. Now it seems like it's all coming back with all the social media stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's fun for me to watch as an MMA fan, but if I was a pure boxing fan, I think I would be a little disgusted by it.
Yeah, well, back to my roots.
That's right.
Bring eyes to the sport. I mean, there's not much on it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That I can talk about as far as that, but yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Now, Justin, I got to say this. You're doing a fantastic job on your channel. Keep up the good work. Any last words?
Man, no last, thank you guys, really, thank you, but no last words, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Justin. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
This is Justin Jr. coming in.
He's adorable.
Good kid. So Justin can roll with the punches. Unlike Flat, the dude is having a heart attack in the chat.
I mean, in fairness, Flat sounds like a chipmunk and he calls people out like he's 12. So what do you really expect?
Get back to the gym, Flat. Stop it. Concentrate on your health, man. Get back to the gym. Get your health right. Enjoy yourself. Stop calling up shows and doing stupid impersonations. Like, what are you doing? And then he calls up and trolls. Then we fucking swipe him under the rug with our sarcasm.
And then his response is, box me.
And then he's all fucking, like, he's all...
Box me.
He's all shook. Flat. Listen, if you're going to dance with the big boys, you got to be able to take it. You got to have a thicker skin. You can't go autistic in the chat and go complete off the rails. Go give your wife a hug. Go give your kids a hug.
I mean, it's no surprise he sends his wife to do his dirty work.
Stop with the silliness. 516-522-0267. But he is getting the attention. And we know that's what he wants, right?
Box me. Box me, Muzz.
Fight me, please.
Make me feel better about
Love
myself.
me. Love me now. All right, 516-522-0267. Call the show. And, yeah, be a wonderful one. I tell you what, man. No, hold on a second.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Yo, John Savage.
What up, drunk?
What up, drunk?
Not much. So, fucking Tyson fight, you know. But yeah, it was what it was. I fucking enjoyed it. I don't know about everybody else, but you know, it was fun seeing him walk back to the range, hitting the massage I did. I was fucking shadow boxing during the fucking walkout. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
You were shadow boxing. Did
guess-
you record this?
No.
You should have recorded it. You can't tell us something like that without evidence.
I was fucking feeling them old school vibes, man.
It was cool, man. It was cool seeing him walk out for sure.
Yeah. And you saw he was fucking stoned as fuck during the fight.
Yeah, he completely said it the whole way up. The dude just didn't let off. He was constantly smoking the weed. Good for him.
Damn, imagine if he didn't smoke, how he would have been.
I still think he would have been fire.
Maybe that. Well, he was on a lot of drugs when he fought before. It's kind of
weird. Yeah, coke.
He was on a lot of drugs, but remember that documentary said that he was on drugs when he was like training and stuff, and then when it was time for him to fight, they would take his drugs away from him, so he was like this fucking lunatic.
Yeah, well, his good drugs, like the doctor prescribed crazy boy drugs.
Yeah, they took him all away.
Yeah. That's what they would do. They would take him off the calming pills. Maybe that, I don't know. Like seeing a Mike Tyson more composed with, you know, the young body and physique, I could only imagine what he would have done.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I was hoping for, you know, something like Tyson of old, but you know, I knew probably wasn't going to get that. Probably wasn't going to get knocked out, but you know, still hoping.
Yeah.
Still hoping.
I tell you what, Mike Tyson coming back, it was a success for boxing fans. And listen, all in all, I was happy to see him back. It was a lot of fun doing that. I just have my problems, you know, with a lot of other things, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just in a weird spot, you know, watching that thing.
Yeah, for sure. You could really tell Jones doesn't have his footwork anymore.
Yeah. Drunk, could you tell Flat in the chat that he couldn't hurt a fly? Like, what is he? He's trying to act like he's
usually
tough.
the people
don't
who
fuck
talk
with Flat
the
Man.
most
Come on.
who can't do shit.
You know the Flat Earthers, they're used to fighting.
Yeah.
He talks some mad shit.
No man would send their wife after somebody. There's no way that guy could throw a punch. There's not even. Listen. I have no training and no fighting experience, and I'm fairly confident that if I breathed on him the wrong way, the dude would fucking fall over. Did you hear him calling?
I don't know if he sent her. I mean, I've talked to Jamie many times. I think she's the type of woman, you know, stand up for a man and all that.
Yeah, she probably beats the fuck out of him. Jamie probably beats the shit out of him. Right now, Jamie's got a fucking leash around his neck.
You better watch. He might beat the shit out of both of you.
Yeah, Jamie.
He talks a lot of shit.
She did sound a little tough, right?
He does talk a lot of shit. And it's usually the people who talk the most who have
Jamie's
nothing to prove.
Jamie's like, Flat, get back in the kitchen. Shut up. Get off the internet. Start cleaning them dishes. All right, anyway, stop. I'm having too much.
Start cleaning them dishes.
Back to drunk.
Right, so yeah, I guess we should talk some MMA. I mean, damn, man, fucking Devin, that sucks, man. I thought this was gonna be his night.
Yeah, I tell you what. Oh, did you pick Devin?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be his fucking night, dude. I picked him decision.
Well, listen, I think this is the problem. I wanted to pick Devin in the worst way, but if he would have came on the show again, I might have been swayed again. He might have talked me into it. But actually being removed and being unbiased in this one, it was clear as day that Anthony Smith was the better fighter here. No matter what, even if Devin had a good weight cut, I still think Anthony beats him 10 out of 10 times at this stage of the game. Maybe Devin, I don't know, maybe if he can go back to the drawing board, maybe he needed this loss. You know, he can retool and work on some things, but right now he's not ready, in my opinion.
Yeah, he definitely needs some work. I should give him Shogun instead.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been interesting. Sure. I like Devin a lot. I'm rooting for the guy. No matter how many times he fights, the guy is such a good dude. He really is such a nice guy, and I hope the best for him, but that was his night.
Yeah, unfortunately. So what do you think next for Smith? Give him, like Glide was saying, give him Johnny Walker or Paul Craig?
Oh, Paul Craig seems to be...
Smith?
Paul Craig seems to be very nice.
Wait, for Anthony Smith, you're saying give him someone below him on the rankings?
Paul Craig.
He's not beating anyone in the fucking top 5.
Well, it just doesn't make any sense. He won his last
again.
fight, and he does have the opportunity as a number 6 ranked fighter. It wouldn't make any sense for him to fight
and
someone.
who did he just beat? What's Devin ranked? 15?
Yeah, what do? You give him...
Devin's not ranked.
Devin's not, yeah.
Exactly.
But
So
he's a main event
You beat
fight.
no one note.
I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense
But Jess,
to me.
who do you give him? Like, if you look above...
I said Dominic Reyes. I thought Dominic
do you
Reyes
want him
would
to
be a good
die?
fight. Yeah.
He's coming off, what, a 3-fight losing streak, just got a victory. Don't rush him.
Dominic Reyes is coming off of a loss. It makes perfect sense for him
Dominic
to fight
Reyes
someone.
will kill him.
Nah, I say Dominic Reyes is a good fight.
Really?
He will kill him.
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
don't
you
know.
I like
this.
that fight.
Don't rush him. Give him someone.
But he's not
between
rushed.
10
He
to 5.
already had a title shot before, so he's not being rushed. He's been there, done that. You know, like he's just got to prove himself a second time around.
I'm trying to find...
I'm looking at the top 5, and everyone here smashes them. I'm sorry. Give him Krylov.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Misha Turkinov.
I do agree with you that a lot of, and pretty much everyone in the top 5 does smash him, but except for, I think he could stand some semblance of a chance against Reyes.
What about Polar Bear Head in Volkan Ozdemir?
Ozdemir gets knocked out a lot.
Yeah, give him.
Yeah, Ozdemir has he's pretty chinny.
Yeah, you know what? That might not be a bad fight. Although I still would go with Ozdemir. Yeah, it might not be a bad scrap.
Okay, before we go any further, I just got to know, Jesse, have you ever fought a girl for a cheese sandwich?
All the time. You know, those cheese sandwiches, they were hard to come by, so you had to survival of the fittest in there.
Justin's the best, man.
Shit.
I like the fact that the confidence is through the roof right now. I like seeing the maturity of Justin. Where
Who gets the cheese sandwich?
He's coming up with like Stephen A. Smith like zingers and like he's just coming out there like he's being like hot takes on things. It's fun to watch him grow, man.
Yeah,
it really
cool.
is.
He's cool.
Yeah,
I give him a lot of shit.
definitely going to be something there, May.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No matter what he does in life, he's going to succeed for sure. Unlike Flat.
But you had something there, maybe an agent.
You gotta get off this. You're becoming worse than me, Maz. Oh, good.
Oh, well, fuck. Somebody said something funny in the chat. Who was it? Chris Clark. He said Junior probably knows Mickey Rourke.
Wonderful.
Maybe. Hold on. We got Nicole coming in.
Moss, I got your back. I'll kick Flat in the knees a few times.
There we go.
Oh, my God. I fucking
Come on,
can't.
we need to get whole street beats going for real. No backing out, bitches.
It's funny because like I'm not gonna get. It's more funny. Like the more he does it, the funnier it gets. Because I don't think he realizes.
Oh man.
Like how stupid. Never mind. I'm not
It's
gonna.
silly. It's silly.
Yeah.
Hey,
we're all just having fun.
Yeah, I have a weakness for when someone gets like super triggered. It's so much fun. I don't know what it is. It's crazy, man. Like going off the rails. It's funny to watch, but I don't know. What are you gonna do? It's the beauty of doing this show.
What you gonna do?
Shit.
Anything else, Drunk? Oh shit.
Not right now. I'll probably call back in later.
All right, Drunk. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. It was a pleasure.
Canada and motherfucker. Come on, 2 joints.
All right, yeah.
Call.
Yeah, we gotta get 2 joints.
Later, time, boss.
516-522-0267.
God.
Call in. Let us know what you thought about the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. fight. About Anthony Smith versus Devin Clark fight.
That's right. Call us.
832, you're live with the MMA-HOLES. What's your name? What's on your mind?
What's up? This is the voice. I have returned.
What's up, Manny?
Oh.
What's up? How are y'all doing tonight?
Wonderful, wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing fantastical. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. You're welcome. What's on your mind?
Well, I first have to say that I'm calling it ahead of time. You heard it here first. Justin Jr. will become Dana White in the future.
Oh,
Justin
that's a
Jr.
bold prediction to make there.
A fight promoter.
I see it. Yeah, you said fight promoter. I'm seeing bigger. I'm saying he's running the whole show.
Oh, well, what about this? Habib has the Eagle fight promotion that he's putting together. He's going to need someone. Maybe hire Justin right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, he has to go to Russia for that, right?
Sure. I'm sure fighters would love talking to a 13-year-old.
Listen,
they already do.
It's a joke and it's funny, but this kid, I swear, this kid
in the
can do
future
something.
for sure. In the future for sure.
I say before he even hits 18, he does something. I can almost put money on it. Before he even hits 18, he's going to make moves.
Yeah.
Dude, the sky's the limit for that guy. I mean, he's going to, I'm going to have to ask him for a job, in the near future, the way the economy is going. So everyone starts sucking up to Justin and being really
That's
nice
right.
because you're gonna ask him for a job.
But one job you're never going to be able to get is licking his ass because that's locked up already by Flat Earth.
Apparently, that position has been taken. So no one.
It's a lifetime position.
Ah.
Yeah.
So a one-spot fill.
And I got love for everyone in the chat. Don't roast these
Yeah.
people. Everyone's cool with me.
Absolutely, Manny.
So, when you guys were discussing these psycho fights that, these side shows, if you will.
Yeah.
I love them, man. I love them. I think they're great for the sport, both boxing and MMA. I say bring them on. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah, listen.
And I know you guys aren't fans of that at times.
I as an MMA fan, I can enjoy it. I'm just trying to think as a boxing fan, like I like how it could be embarrassing for them. But as an MMA fan, I get it. Now the CM Punk thing, if I'm trying to think of it this way, if we didn't run an MMA show, chances are we probably wouldn't care about that novelty. A lot of novelty fights, I know for myself, I probably wouldn't even watch. But for the show, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun making fun of things, like seeing just train wrecks and stuff like that. But if this thing didn't exist, if this community didn't exist for me, I honestly would just watch the regular fights, the circuses that go on within good fighters, I would be interested in. But if CM Punk was fighting, I wouldn't stop everything to watch it. If Jake Paul was fighting, I have to be honest with you, I probably would just wait for the main event, catch that, and move on. I don't think I would really be invested if it wasn't for this community.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I think if the sport was like, maybe 20, 30 years from now where it's like really respected and super mainstream, well then kind of like the NBA and the NFL, like nobody's going to get the chance to like get on an NFL team for a couple plays, right? Or for a game or whatnot. Like it is kind of in the UFC with the CM Punk thing. But since it's a newer sport, and I think it's good to remind people of how good these fighters are. So, bring a football player in just to, like a Ray Lewis come in right after he retired and get in a fight with like Vitor Belfort. That would be sick, Or, and also remind people of everyday life, like the guy who thinks he's tough at a bar, like come in and fight like a crow cop and like, just get flatlined and, so I think the sport needs to remind people of how serious it is. I mean, Nate Robinson felt it this weekend, right? With a mid-tier amateur boxer just getting like lights out. He thought because he's
Thank you.
Hold on a second.
He thought because he was a good athlete.
Hold on, Manny, 1 second. Lil D has just become a member over here. Thank you very much, Lil D. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
So, to me, circus fights would be more interesting. Like, so now we know Jake Paul can actually throw, right? He can sling around those gloves, and he's got some sort of talent. So what I would like to see is something competitive. Like it's tough to me to get excited about watching a guy fight a man who has never thrown a punch, right? What does that do for us? We've already seen Jake Paul compete. Maybe his competition wasn't that great, but the guy takes it very serious. Nate Robinson took it serious for 3 months, right? And we don't even know if he took it serious, to be honest. I didn't see anything on him. So if Jake Paul was to fight someone that has some sort of background in this, whether it's a celebrity or not, I'd be interested. But Nate Robinson, it's a little silly, right? I mean, it's a little bit of a waste of time.
Well, I mean, it was a perfect like YouTube fight, right? So it was just put on this Legends card. But like Jake Paul is a YouTube celebrity, and him fighting other celebrities does make sense. So I mean, in this sense, I see where you're coming from, and you're 100% correct. But in this sense, I'd like to see him fight more YouTubers and celebrities. And Evander Kane actually wants to fight him, the hockey player from the Sharks.
Yes, put him against a hockey player that throws punches. Hell yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be pretty awesome. If they do it, I don't think they'll do it, but bring both. Talking about that in general. If I was thinking about the whole Mayweather, McGregor, and the wrestler coming in to fight CM Punk. If the Fertittas were still the owners, these fights would have never happened. McGregor, I believe, because they wouldn't even let a UFC fighter participate in a grappling tournament.
Okay, and
wonderful.
We got something from Uncle Chrome jumping in.
Lil D, I enjoy your work on Pornhub. Keep punching that time clock, my friend.
Thank you, Chrome. And by the way, Little D, to clear it up, he was a member for 7 months on the main channel. So that's what the alert was for. Thank you, Little D, for being a loyal member. Back to Manny C.
Little D, did his parents give him that name, or is that his street name?
His first name is Little, and his last name
No, not Little. Lil.
And last
Douglas.
name is D. Yeah, Lil D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little D. Wow, what a name.
Yeah.
Last thing, so I don't bore you. So, you know what? You know who else is fighting? The Mountain. You know, the world's strongest man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is he really?
He's gonna fight. Yeah, he's gonna box the other strong man, Eddie, the guy that they did the Netflix documentary of. They're gonna box next year.
Oh my God!
So they train in the fight. Is everyone gonna fight?
It's crazy, man. It's so
and then
crazy.
last thing, I've been looking up at the steroid tests, and I'm really disappointed. I thought they were a joke before. They're really a lot. I used to think steroid tests meant something, but they're really easy to pass. The guy from More Place, More Dates was talking about it, how, you know, he's the one that said John Jones is an obvious cheater because of the chemicals found in him from his first failed test. And he also said, you know, your boy Israel for sure, 1,000% is on this stuff. But he, you know, not only do they have men have a 1-to-1 testosterone to epitestosterone rate. So you can be as high as 1-to-4. That's a shitload of gear you can be on and still pass the test.
Mm-hmm.
And not just that, you can take stuff that lowers your testosterone just to hide it. So he said John Jones had the testosterone of a dying 90-year-old woman when they tested him. And it raised no flags, you know? Because they're saying, oh, his testosterone isn't high. And then they just make sure it's not artificial. So he
By the
said
way,
that
these phone
chemical-
lines is racist. They only let disabled black folks in.
Thank you, Uncle. Listen, Manny, you're rambling. I'm going to be honest with you here. I love you to death, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
getting a little
Sorry,
long-winded.
sorry.
Appreciate the
But
call, man.
the steroid thing, it's
Yeah.
a joke. Do we agree or not? Like, get rid of USADA?
Yeah, I have my suspicions, but I also don't care. Thank you, Manny. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, that's Manny C.
You're so fucking
No, he's a good guy,
rude.
but let's be honest, it got a little bit long. A little long. He was going a little long with it. 516-522-0267. Give us a call. I mean, the steroid thing is tough because why are they shortening sentences and why do people have to serve the full, suspension? It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. John Jones, all of a sudden, he's allowed to fight earlier. Everything's bizarre.
You have such a nice beard.
Thank you, Jesse. I agree.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA-HOLES. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Let's talk about the star of the weekend, Jacob Daniel Paul.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's hear about it.
He saved the weekend, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
For people who are hyped about that Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones, it's said in the rules, no knockouts. It's said in the rules, there will be no determined winner. What happened? Mike Tyson wasn't headhunting. He was throwing body shots. It was a hug fest, clinch. It looked like 55-year-old men in a boxing ring, just as I suspected.
Yeah. Hold on a
I
second.
can understand if you're...
Wait, hold on. We got Roberto coming in.
Against Zen Rhino, he'll probably kick him in the nads and give him a combo of rabbit and kidney punches.
I think Roberto chased Zen away. He hasn't been back.
Yeah, Zen Rhino. The last time we heard from him, he sent us like three
he's
really,
gone. I don't
really
know.
crazy emails, and then
Roberto
he
won.
bounced.
Back to Kevin.
Yeah, so the fight goes. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones. It's everything I suspected, and that's why I was saying I was looking for that Jake Paul versus Nate Robbins, because I knew there'd be carnage. Isn't that what you guys like? Carnage?
Yeah.
No, we don't like it like carnage.
I like the way you say it, though. It's nice.
Eat the carnage. Yeah, that's what everyone likes. You like to see some knockouts, and that's what you got.
Wait, hold on a second. You're bringing in the numbers here. Uncle Chrome's
Jake
coming.
Paul knocked out a guy that is smaller than Kevin.
What would you like to say about that?
See, this is what they said. First they're saying, he lost to... Nate Robbins is an athlete. Who cares? He can run fast and jump high. And, of course, he's going to win. He's from the hood. Ain't no way Jake Paul can win. He's facing a real athlete, a professional athlete. He can't win. Then after the fight, saying, "Oh, he's too small. He didn't have an experience." Blah blah blah. That's what they said. And they call me after the fact. That's what they call me. They say after the fact. They say that. But that's the thing. People need to realize: just because you can run fast and jump high, and you're from the hood, doesn't mean you can fight. And if that fight was an example, I don't know what will change your mind. Some people have been programmed that they think they see some muscles, they see some guy acting all gangster like Nate Robinson, that all of a sudden he could be a street fighter.
What are you trying to say? You're just saying because he's black. That's what you're saying, right? Hold on. I'm just trying to cut to the chase. Sounds incredibly racist. Come on. Stop.
Literally no one said that.
Uncle Chrome says, literally, just call him a black guy.
What's with all the racist thing going on lately?
You're clearly being racist. If you're going to be racist, why dance around it? You're already being racist.
No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. People said they thought Nate Robinson won because he's a professional athlete. They say he's from the hood and this and that. That was the narrative. That's what everyone was saying.
Yeah, hold on a second. Uncle Savage.
I'm drunk and it's still Cyber Monday. You know what that means. Bahahaha.
You better be careful, Savage.
Hog talk. Okay.
Getting drunk on Cyber Monday, I did that 1 year, and it fucked me over big time. Be careful, man. That is a dangerous shit. That is dangerous, man.
What's dangerous?
Getting drunk on Cyber Monday.
What?
I did that 1 year when I was 20 years old. I got drunk on Cyber Monday, and I wasn't supposed to be drunk, but I got drunk.
Went on a shopping spree?
Like, the impulsivity.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. So back to the fight. People were saying,
shut up, Kevin.
I didn't bring it up.
Confused.
If you looked at the reactions, to this fight, it was just typical garbage. I mean, it was just so over the top. Oh, we disown him. He's not part of the black community, but just give it a rest, dude. Just give it a rest. No one even went there, but on Twitter just got so ugly.
Okay, so let me just clarify what you're saying here. You're saying that the black community was defending Nate Robinson for things they shouldn't even have to defend him for? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. It was they made it all racial and this and that. Like,
I don't know about I don't know about race. Listen, it wasn't about black or white. I think you're bringing this up. I think they're just saying bullying. I think that's what they were talking about. They're bullying this man. It's not about white or black. Like, I think you're just dragging racism in here. That doesn't make any sense.
I looked on Twitter. I saw it. I was looking all throughout the memes. All on Twitter. It was all about, you let Jake Paul beat you. You're supposed to be from the hood. You can't allow that.
Who said that? I'm from the hood and not one nigga thought Nate would win.
Yeah, not one N-word thought that Nate... What are you talking about here? Everyone knew he was losing.
You're from Oklahoma, you hillbilly.
There's hoods in Oklahoma.
I think you're going too far into this. The problem is everyone's doing this whole bullying bullshit. That's what it is. Don't bully the guy. Kick a dog when he's down. Not kick a black guy when he's down. Like, that's not what's happening here. It's literally a 5'9" former pro basketball player who's pushing 40, who should never even be in a boxing match with a guy.
No pro record.
Yeah, it's just, and he gets knocked out. People start memeing him, and now everyone's like coming to his defense saying, "Oh no, leave him alone. You're bullying him." That's what it's about.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're saying Floyd Mayweather. They say, we as black athletes got to stick together and this and that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You saw that.
I did see
Shannon
that.
Sharp. You know what Shannon Sharp is?
Yeah. I did see the Floyd thing. All right, touche. I did see that thing. You're right about that. But that's not everybody. That's fucking Floyd Mayweather, who's is an idiot.
And he doesn't speak for
everybody. Did you see the trending? Did you follow the trending after the fight?
Nah, I got better things to do.
The hashtag? Okay, well, maybe you shouldn't touch on it because you're clueless. I was listening to it. I was watching it.
I don't embrace
and this
racism.
Is what you're talking about. This is what narrative
I don't
on
bring
the
it up.
social media.
Because honestly, it's bullshit. For a handful of knuckleheads bringing up racism, I'm not going to condone it. I'm not going to take a side in the situation. I'll address the bullying part of it, but I'm not talking about the racist shit.
Yeah, I'm from Oklahoma and grew up in a town that 95% black.
Okay, so that's Chrome. Yeah, I think we should move on. Honestly, I think that whole racism bullshit, you're gaslighting, Kevin.
No, you're gaslighting because you don't know. But anyways,
you're a gaslighter.
This is another example of
Stay on the line. You're bringing in some money here, Kevin. Hang in there. You're gonna be the third host. Hold on.
Got to love this guy. Anytime he can bring race into it, he does. Just like Kevin, I wanted him to lose based on being black alone.
Kevin, you're about to get a spot on the
I
show.
don't get it. I saw earlier today in the chat too. There's like a whole fucking race thing going on. Like everybody brings race into situations now. It's like
I can't back that.
so bizarre.
But I could back that.
Holy
Kevin.
shit! Look at all the money coming in.
Yeah, Kevin, I'm gonna have to send you a check.
Did you guys see the reaction from NBA stars and the community wanting to avenge that loss? Lol. That looks pretty racial to me.
Listen, I can't.
Of course it was. Masha just being a little bitch about it, crying. I didn't see that.
Listen,
I didn't see that. What are you talking about?
But what do I get by talking? First of all, the NBA is a fucking mess, and this is an MMA show. Okay?
Well, I didn't see that.
The fact that we're going to fucking talk about, oh, they could say it, but I can't, I'm not going to jump into that conversation because honestly, it's childish, it's juvenile, and I'm not that fucking juvenile around here. I want to talk about dick jokes and pee-pee and vagina jokes over here in MMA. That's it. Maybe a little boxing here and there, but let's stop with the racial bullshit.
Okay, I'm just telling you what I see and what's out there. If you're too nervous to talk about that, that's fine. I'll talk about the next thing.
Not.
Jake Paul versus
I just don't care.
Dylan Dennis. That's the fight.
Yes.
I mean, that is the fight. Jake Paul versus Dylan Dennis. And all the hardcores can cry and say, oh, this is ruined boxing. I'm a purist. I want to see that. You could talk about Badu Jack or whoever it was on the undercard. No one cares about Badu Jack or whoever in this. There's always going to be room for Tyson Fury and Canelo Alvarez and people like that. So,
wonderful.
It's a spectacle. It's a spectacle. There's room for
Also, Jake hacks black.
Yeah, it's true. What do you think about that? All right, if you want to really get into this, why does Jake Paul act blacker than Nate Robinson?
He's a clown, that's why.
Oh. But
He's a
shouldn't the
clown.
black community back Jake Paul? Because he's really blacker than Nate Robinson. Let's be honest. If you had your eye, if you were blindfolded and you listened to Nate Robinson talk and Jake Paul talk, you would think Jake is the black guy and Nate's the white guy.
Maybe that's why he knocked him out.
Black on black violence. So you want to see Dylan Dennis?
Yep.
Okay,
I think
I'm with
Jake
you.
Paul knocks him out. I think Dylan Dennis, he's all talk, no bark.
Okay, I'm with you
Or
on
he's
that.
all bark, no bite.
Do you think? Do you think Dylan takes the fight? Say if a promotion's like, yeah, you know what? Let's make this happen. Do you think Dylan Dennis has the ball sack to step in a ring and box Jake Paul?
Yes.
I say no.
I think he would.
I think he's all talk.
I think he's fucking retarded. That's why.
I don't think and it would be a smart move for him, but he would be embarrassed. Like, think about it. He could never go back to Bellator. Like, he would look like a fool.
Well, he
So he'll
already
never
looks like
take
a fool. So what does it matter to him?
Do you think he takes the fight?
Well, he's got to make up his mind. He's going to have to he's going to have to do something because he's going to either fight in Bellator and eventually they're not going to keep feeding him cans. They're going to have to step up in competition. So you might as well get your ass beat against Jake Paul and get a big payday because you'll get paid a lot. But I do want to talk about this. They're talking about the competition. Jake Paul, he's fighting bums and this and that. This is his second pro fight. What do they want to throw him in there with the champion Triple G or something when he's fought 3 times? They just want to see him get his ass beat because they're a bunch of player haters.
But how could it be his second pro fight if he basically fought 2 non-pro fighters? You know what I'm saying? Like, he really didn't fight pros. So the fact that he's a 2-0 professional boxer, isn't that a complete slap in the face to boxing fans in the actual sport?
Dude, in boxing, they'll fight 20 people, cab drivers, till they step up and face competition.
Yeah, it's a problem.
This is what they do in boxing.
Pad it up.
In boxing is a joke. So trying to hold standards, or you didn't pay your dues. Dude, boxing is a joke that way. They fight cans. So they'll have like the records. You see some of these guys' records until they fight someone credible. It's a joke. So no, I don't care about that.
So
Boxing's already
you're with
ruined
it
its
then. So
credibility.
moral of the story, you're with it. You're down with the YouTube fighters in boxing. You like it.
I like it. It's bringing some fun to the sport. It's a boring sport. I mean, you look at some of the other boxing events. Gabe Rosado versus Daniel Jacobs, complete garbage fight. If you want to go look at garbage, I mean, that's what you got to look forward to. If it's not some of these other spectacle circus events, so that's what it is.
I agree with you. Okay. Anything else? Thank you. I was waiting for that. That's what we need.
This fucking guy, man.
I mean, okay.
516-522-0267.
Oh, shit.
Wonderful.
He missed his own donation.
I wish UFC fighters who win would teabag me. Oh well, also the losers. Oh, and Bellator fighters as well. All that Fernanda cheese.
There you go. Kevin, this is how good he is. He gets off the phone and instantly donates like that. That is a true savage there, Kevin. Thank you. Okay. All right. 516-522-0267. We have 23 minutes left of show. It's been an interesting night. It's a full moon. So we'll have a full interesting chat. Thank you for joining us. Hit that like button to help us go straight off into that algorithm and take over the world. We're the MMA Holes on our second channel, not the MMA Holes. We'll be back on the main channel next month, the end of next month. And yeah, it'll be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, like I said before, oh, hold on. Here we go.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Oh, stop it, Chris and Jesse. We all know you hate niggers.
Explain.
Is that Lizard King? I feel like it is because he's the only one who drops in with the N-bomb. It's like an IP2 thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's
516-5. Who cares? 516-522-0267. Yeah, it's just the N-word guy.
I'm just speculating.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, I do.
They don't stay on long enough for me to care. If they stayed on long enough, I would give a fook.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind? Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Shook. 516-522-0267. Give us a call. Call us up. We'd like to chat with you tonight on our Monday show. A lot of circus stuff to talk about when it comes to the Saturday event.
We want Canada.
How about this?
We want
Oh, yeah, where's two joints? So the event that happened with Anthony Smith, Kevin didn't talk about. No MMA. Weird, huh? And?
Chris, Jesse.
Welcome.
Yes, I'm here.
How you doing?
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Well, you sound good.
I'm wonderful, wonderful.
You sound better.
How about you?
You healing up?
Yep. Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. And what do you make of tonight? I mean, the full moon is in full effect, and there's some craziness going on.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on between you and Flat Earth, but
Listen,
okay. And
it's
Kevin's
an alpha.
call was
It's an alpha move.
interesting.
Yeah.
Racism. Okay.
You ever hear of a cuck? And Flat likes to be cuckolded. He likes me to cuck him every once in a while, and I enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing it for him. So
Makes him feel good.
I oblige. All right. Anyway, and what's going on? How you doing?
Too. I'm doing good. Doing good. Hey, I liked seeing Tyson fight. That was interesting. That was fun.
Yeah,
not the old Tyson, but hey, it was I figured it was going to turn out like that. It was probably going to be a draw.
Did you watch at the casino?
No, because I wasn't feeling good, so we didn't. When you're not feeling good, you're not supposed to go out and about.
That's right,
man. So.
That is correct. So you stayed at home. You got the fight. You're with Mike H. Having a little tea.
He was fine watching it too. He was excited. He was like me. He liked Tyson today too.
Mm-hmm.
Who didn't?
Did you feel fulfilled after the fight? Like, did you get everything that you needed from it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like the nostalgic feeling. Did you get that during that main event?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't exactly like how he was, but hey, the guy still has. I mean, look at those punches he's throwing at him. Like he said, it still hurt him. Those body punches. So, it'd be cool. He's just a little too old to really. I think I wouldn't want him to get hurt and the brain wise and all that. Damage. You know what I mean? I mean, I think he's still got it, but he's pretty old. It'd be nice if he fight somebody else. It'd be kind of cool and have, like you said, a sanctioned fight and everything and the rules and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. Be somebody the same age, like these guys that are retired, not the young guys.
Yeah, you don't want them next to these young hungry studs that are killing it right now. But would you like to see him fight again? Would you like to see Mike Tyson do another fight, or is that enough? Or what would you like to see?
I'd like to see him do another fight. I think that'd be fun. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to see him run it back?
Sanctioned fight. Yeah. someone else, like I said, that, you know, like this, like a Jones or something, someone that's already, you know, retired, I think it'd be good. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And let them fight.
Yeah.
Let them fight.
Who knows? Maybe the next one, now that he got, you know, dusted off the cobwebs and still look great, maybe he will really let it go. You know, maybe we will see something where like, you know what, all right, I might try to knock this fool out. Maybe we will say that in the next fight. Listen, I'm going to tune in if Mike fights again. I'll tune in anytime Mike Tyson fights. There's no way
great.
I won't.
I loved it.
Yeah, there's no way I won't. Now, Jake Paul.
And we had UFC fights. Oh, Jake Paul. That was a joke. I didn't watch it. Sorry.
So you skipped Jake
I
Paul.
watched the fights. I kept the fights on. I'm like, whatever. You guys in the background. That was fine. I'm watching the fight.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You're a true MMA fan. You don't have any time for this, right?
Yeah.
And realistically, you missed nothing.
Yeah.
You missed nothing if you think about it. The inevitable happened. A guy that doesn't box just got. Did you see the knockout at all in a replay or anything like that?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, on the replay. Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
I was like, figures.
Yeah.
I mean, Jake looked way better than he did.
Yeah.
It's like, kind of like me going in there and trying to, I don't know, do a triple backflip or something. You know, look what I can do in gymnastics. Woo!
So bizarre.
It's kind of stupid, but I can do it.
Well,
I'm sorry. I guess he got paid good, so hey.
Now let me ask you this question. Now that Jake has some steam here, he's kind of getting momentum with his popularity with the fight fans, right? Whether you like him or not, we're all talking about him now. So now that you're hearing more about this Jake Paul, if he does get a fight against a Dylan Dennis, I don't know, Ben Askren or one of these other novelty fights, would you be more inclined to watch the next fight now that everyone's talking about the kid, or you just have zero interest? Oh, hold on.
No interest. Huh.
No interest? Okay, hold on. Boston Bruins coming in.
It's the New Yorker in you that likes the banter, Chris. I get it. It's fun. Leave it to a flat earther from California to be offended and go full retard. Fight me, bro. Typical from someone who's on the losing end of some trash talk.
Yeah. Listen, I've dealt with this my whole life.
Fight me is usually the last resort. Like
that's how I know I win.
A trolling situation.
Yeah.
The last resort is always fight me.
I've been in the game so long. Like with trash talking, I've been doing this since I was a kid. I've been doing this since grammar school. I've been getting under people's skin for a very long time, and that's why I found this niche. I'm very good at it.
I believe it.
When they go to the fight me stage, I raise the trophy and I say thank you very much. I will bow in victory.
Fight me.
It's like you don't understand. Like even when we had that bullshit with
it's like
fights with friends.
Yeah,
I was dying.
It's you revert to like a 12-year-old mindset because you don't know how to handle it at any, like how to handle winning or losing. So like you revert back and then the last resort is it's always fight me. Like this isn't the first, like it happens to everybody. Everybody does the fight me thing if they lose.
It's a fantastic feeling. You know, I like it. The tongue is mightier than the fist.
Brings the kid back out in you. What can you say?
Yeah. Anyway,
I want to fight you. I want to fight you.
He's getting his attention. He wants the attention.
He's getting what he wants.
So he's getting what he wants. He wants us to talk about it. Listen, whatever makes him happy, whatever keeps him here and makes him happy, that's all that matters.
Well, I don't
watch
care
time.
about him staying here, to be honest.
I like to watch
you can
time.
do it.
Anyway, and back to you. What else is on your mind? Anything else?
The fights weren't that bad. I thought I enjoyed the fights, the UFC fights.
Yeah.
I figured Smith was probably gonna win. Sorry.
You were smart in your picks then.
Yeah, I picked Smith. Yes.
Yes, it's very wise.
Hey, that's how I got up in the rankings. Probably the goat milker came in 11th place, so that's good. I was happy first page.
Well, hell yeah! Listen, if you can get on the first page now, that's impressive because it is very tough, very tough. So congratulations,
like
nice job.
400 and something on there. Yeah, I think you got now.
Oh, I know I'm doing terrible. I am nosedive. I am completely. I'm like getting the parachute ready. I'm jumping out of the plane. It's just dropping. It's crazy, man. But the good news about this is even if we're seeing these fighters that we're not very familiar with, we're seeing some pretty good fights and some fantastic finishes.
Yeah.
You know, so it's been fun.
I think it's kind of hard to pick, like you said. We're not familiar with all of them. It is kind of hard to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, how much? Okay, this much is okay. There's nothing on there. There's no stats.
Yes.
It's like, okay, how'd he do? Okay, he won. Yeah, okay, but anyway, I like to look at all that stuff too, the stats and everything too, and try to figure that out and do all that. But you said you're tired of Spike though? Oh, come on.
And I'm out.
I still like Spike.
I'm out.
He's a ginger.
I was gonna say you just like him because he's a ginger.
Listen,
and come on.
He's a great looking ginger.
But I said I liked him before. Remember when the first time I saw him fight, and then I couldn't remember his name, and you guys helped me out, and I said when we saw him fight again, I said I liked him. Not just because he's a ginger, but yeah, that helps.
I don't know. He's kind of exposed to me. Like, he doesn't seem very good. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Maybe he can't fight during a pandemic. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe COVID has held him back, but he hasn't looked good in his last 2 fights.
Yeah, true.
It's been pretty tough.
But I was still rooting for him. What can I say? Hey, you know, what can I say? I was still rooting for him.
Yeah, why not? Well, that's the thing. You know, you got to root for these guys, these big characters, and the first round Spike is fun. When he hits the second and third round, it's just like, okay, Spike, what are we doing here? What's going on? What's happening here, Mr. Spike? What's happening?
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Supposed to be fighting.
Okay, here's the real question. Here's the burning
the first
question.
Round.
The lady of the
But
MMA
yeah,
holes.
it's great.
Rachel
I
Ostovich.
think, yeah.
Hold on, Ann. Rachel Ostovich. Does she come back? Is she gonna be in the UFC at least one more fight?
Probably because of her looks. Yes, probably.
Think so, huh? Jess, you agree?
Yeah. I'm sorry. She looked horrible.
Terrible, right?
She looked horrible. She didn't look very good in the last one. I'm sorry.
No.
She's very pretty.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a good career with modeling if she'd like, but
yeah, I didn't pick her either. I was like, nope.
What do you think, though?
Yeah,
bare
definitely
knuckle.
not.
I know she wants to stay in the UFC, and I understand why, but do you think that she should try to get a quick payday and bare knuckle before she sticks to OnlyFans or whatever?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt her. That's for sure. Okay. I would go there. If I'm not doing so good in the UFC, and if they're gonna get close, if they're gonna let me go, contracts out up, I'd go to bare knuckle. Why not?
Okay, there you go. All right, NH,
Unless
listen.
she doesn't want to get her face beat in.
I'd like to see her face all bloodied up with Paige Van Zandt. That'd be fun. I'm down for that.
Oh, come on. Paige is nice. I like Paige. Come on.
Listen,
I know
Paige.
you don't. Hello.
Well, she's Oregon, right? She's from
Hi,
Oregon?
boy.
Is that where she's from?
She's from Oregon, yeah. She's in Portland.
You're
yeah,
a homer.
she's over here. Well, she's from my area. Yeah. My neck of the woods.
If she wasn't from Oregon, you wouldn't like her. Let's be honest, Dan.
If she wasn't from Oregon, I wouldn't like her?
Yeah, you wouldn't like her. Come on.
Yeah, I would.
All right. I believe you. All right, Ann, listen. You've said a lot, and you're the best.
Okay.
You are the best
You're the
MMA hole
best.
out there.
Love you guys. You guys
Love
got me
you,
through
Ann.
everything. Me and Mike, you're awesome.
All right.
Love you guys.
Have a
Keep
great
it up.
night. It's Ann H. She's a queen. She's a knitting queen. All right, let's take one more quick call, and then let's rattle through the news and get the hell out of here. 10 more minutes left in the show. One more call. Get it in. Let's go. 516-522-0267. Oh, what a night, Jesse.
Oh, what a night. Late December, back in 63.
Okay.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
What's up, Jesse? How are you?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Who is this?
This is Flat. What's up?
What's up, Flat? Are you actually
Is this
you're
Flat?
finally calling in as yourself?
I'll behave. I'll be good. I'll be
Okay.
good. Yes.
How you
Okay,
doing?
what's on your mind?
Very good. Very good. How's Ellie doing? First off.
Oh,
What
cut
are
to the
you
chase.
doing?
What is going on here with this boxing thing? What are we talking?
I'm a father, asshole. I'm a father, Moss. Let me ask that question, please.
Okay. No. This is my show. I ask the questions. Who the hell are you? What is this boxing thing that you're talking about? What's going on here?
Oh, I mean, if you'd be down, that would be awesome, dude. Let's do it. I mean, we're both old guys, right? We're both old. We're both in our 40s, correct?
And what am I getting
We're
out of
both
it?
like 180. We're both 180, right?
What am I getting?
180.
Let me ask you a question. What do I get out
You
of this?
get to knock me out, bro. Come on, let's go.
Why would I give
Well,
a
I
fuck
get to
about
knock
knocking
you
out?
out.
But why would I give a fuck about knocking out
That would be
someone
fun.
that I have no idea who they are? Like what? Like what do I get at? It's like me
You don't know
knocking
the
out
back-
Nate Robinson.
You're a good man. You're a good man. That's smart, man. That's a smart man.
I don't win
like that.
anything. I got to win something out of this.
You get it. Yep, you get it.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anything else?
I love you both. Just want to say that.
So
sorry, I've been an asshole. Okay.
It's all right.
COVID shit has not done me well.
Yeah.
I do love you both.
What's going on with the COVID thing?
Just fuck my brain.
Wait, hold on a second.
Oh, here we go.
Colby Covington wants to kiss your hand. Donald Trump, can I kiss your hand?
Chrome. You gotta be Chrome. Come on, Chrome.
Trump, you have a delicious hand.
A lot.
Oh, that's Chrome.
Leave
yeah.
my nigger flat alone before I break my foot off in yours asses.
But I got a
defending
question for you. Are you like? Do you have a high level of anxiety or what?
Yeah, what's going on?
No, I'm good. I'm just it's been a pain in the ass. That's all.
Yeah.
So like when
I've got
you
kids.
talk,
I've got kids. You know what I mean? Wait, Jesse. Just wait a couple more months. You're gonna know what I mean. You're gonna fucking know what I mean. Just give it a couple more months.
So when you speak, I notice there's a lot of like rush through it and stutter and
Are
like
you-
it's very anxious. It feels like.
No, I don't think he's anxious. I think he's like they sped up the
I
audio.
had the same problem Drunk did. Drunk said in the very beginning he'd call in and he was very nervous. He was very, you know what I mean? And I guess I was the same way. Yeah, maybe anxious.
Yeah.
Probably right.
Yeah. Is that what goes through your head when you're in the chat too?
Yeah, you got a rap.
No,
You got a lot going
I had a
on.
good time there. I had a good time, and I appreciate you guys because we used to have a great time there. That
Yeah.
shit was probably some of the best on YouTube. Thank you.
Wait, what are we talking
Thank
about?
you guys both.
All right, Flat. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Okay, that's Flat.
Oh God.
He's got a lot. You could tell he's.
He's fast. Like
It
like
sounds like this. Hold on. This is what it sounds like. No, it's
Yeah.
hold on.
Come on, get loud, MMA holes in the crowd. Come on, get loud, MMA holes in the crowd. Got MMA holes in the crowd. MMA holes in the crowd. MMA holes in the crowd.
Good on you, Flat. Sorry was not hard. Respect.
There you go. Yeah, listen. If you call in, then you got to give respect. Thank you.
I
Kiwi.
just appreciate that he called in
You know
as
what? Unless they
himself.
protect the rules. Roy was checked out. Look at this man's face.
Yes.
Look at Roy Jones' face. This face says it all. Like he's got the look on his face where he's just like, I am in pain. He's probably pissing and shitting blood. Mike Tyson was working on his body.
That's flat.
You know, I don't think Roy wants that smoking. I mean, they'll get paid a decent amount of money. Maybe it's exhibition rules. Maybe. But even Mike Tyson was saying, I put Roy Jones on that card. Not saying he'd fight.
That is
But
flat.
you put him on the card. Mike beat him. He beat him in a fake fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Roy Jones fight Mike again. I have zero.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
You would like to see that?
I wouldn't mind it.
Really?
Yeah. But I do. Listen.
Gotta get that CBD, man.
I appreciate the fact that he called in as himself because I was about to go hard on him if he called in again as some other fucking character.
That's the thing, though. Like, if you can call in and maintain a conversation
Without hanging up and being fucking retarded.
We don't hate Flat in any way. We don't hate Flat. Sometimes we don't understand some of the things he does, but at the same time, we don't hate the guy. If we would have hated him, we would have banned him a long time ago. Think about it.
Yeah.
We never did that. So
I don't know.
This is the thing.
I don't hate him, but I certainly don't trust
Why?
the
I was
guy.
entertained.
Like I said, I was satisfied. I had no reason. Oh god. Not to want to see that fight again.
Yeah, whatever happened to Lennox Lewis? We should do the show like that. That's a good word. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move back into the news. Come on. What do we got? We got 5 minutes left. All right. We're gonna blast through the rest of the stories.
Can we hurry up so I can touch your peen?
You sure can, Jesse. You sure can.
All right. According to UFC's Twitter account, Marvin Vettori obviously steps in for the main event. For those of you guys who don't know, that's going to be UFC Vegas 16.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of you are interested. Joaquin Buckley doubling down on James Krause's call out for UFC 257, saying he wants to fight the whole Glory MMA camp. So he's got a little beef with everybody going on in there.
Nice.
It's been a rough year for most, but Joaquin Buckley's, definitely, made the best of it, I guess you could say. So he's going to be heading into UFC 2, looking to head in to James Krause and the entire Glory MMA camp in an effort to build his career, I guess you could say.
Yeah, 2 big knockouts in a row. So congrats.
Wonderful.
See what we can do next. Uncle Savage.
Shut it flat. Oh, and fuck you, JBH. I never looked up that $2 whore. She got that baby doll voice that makes me want to punch a hoe. Ladies, don't do that voice. I can't deal with retarded bitches at my age, and she's definitely retarded.
What does she sound like?
She's like, she sounds like this. Like she does like the, what's this?
So she purposely sounds like a kid too. So that's the shtick.
Yeah, like she sounds like a doll. Drunk hit it on the head. She sounds like a doll.
Yeah, what is going on? It's some weird like
you know
pedophile fetish
the
shit.
Barbie movies. You have friends who have daughters. Like, you know, the Barbie movies or like the Barbie cartoons or something. Like, they sound really high pitched.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody, right? Yeah. And there's some weird shit where guys want their girls to look like, you got that father-daughter porn and all that
like
bullshit.
It's like a submissive thing.
Or babysitter porn and shit like that. And then you got like these underage.
She caters to the submissive.
It's fucking crazy, man.
Sexual desire.
I don't know, but whatever gets you off. As long as they're of age, I guess, right?
Oh, God.
All right. So Buckley, we move on from that. And what do we have here?
Dana White basically just confirmed his plans to meet with Khabib Nurmagomedov in Abu Dhabi. Khabib does not want another fight. He has no interest. He's looking to start his own MMA promotion. He doesn't want to come back and fight or anything like that. But I'm assuming, now they didn't really release much information, but what I'm thinking that this meeting is about is actually to help jumpstart Khabib's MMA promotion that he's looking to do. So everyone's like, oh, they're meeting, Khabib's coming back. That's not the case. I think Dana White is going to be investing in this MMA promotion.
Wait, investing?
Yeah, in some weird way. Maybe investing his time or investing his...
No way.
His,
There's no way.
Assistance in some way. I believe this has something to do with the promotion.
At the post-fight press conference, Dana once again said that even though he hasn't spoken to him yet, he still believes that he's going to go for 30-0. Like, that's what he keeps going with this thing. I don't know if he really believes it, but this is what he keeps saying, right? The fact that Khabib has another promotion, it's a rival promotion. No matter what, it's a rival promotion. So, unless it's going to be a small thing and the UFC can pluck from this, like they pluck from other organizations and stuff like that, maybe that's the case.
And I feel like it has something to do with that. I really do.
So do you think he's going to grow like Russian talent? Where is this promotion at? Is it
maybe he's going to set up a plan with Khabib. It's basically, like you said, Khabib will cater to the Russian talent, and then Dana will pick and pay a certain amount picking fighters or something like that. It could be something similar to that, like they do with CES. You know, could be very, very similar to that. So I'm assuming.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what they say. That'd be kind of cool. Listen, I wish Khabib the best of luck. I honestly do. The guy did what he did, and if he does get out at this time, that's a G move. Not even going for the 30, just like screw it, man. Just mic dropping the way he did. It's crazy.
Wonderful, wonderful.
If he comes back, he's a liar.
I've heard people like Flat before. His voice is telling. Social anxiety? Nervous?
Probably.
I take back my full retard comment. Takes a lot to apologize. Seems like he's got a lot going on up there with all this COVID shit.
Yeah, you can tell. Like, usually people who speak fast and are rushing to get through a sentence and like kind of like stumbling over their words, those are usually people who have just like a lot of shit going on in their head. And it's like they're trying to articulate what they're thinking, but there's just so much going so fast that it doesn't really come out the way that they plan it to.
So we are we're not the most I don't know how to put this. We're not the most like caring and concerning bunch over here. Like we're pretty.
I don't give a fuck about it.
Pretty fucked up. Like if we wait for that door to be opened and then we kick it back in your direction. That's how we work. But that's just how the show is. It's sarcasm. It's silliness. This and that. So the whole purpose of this place is for an escape. That's where we're supposed to be here. So if something goes in a certain direction and it stays in that direction, and then it gets a little ugly and maybe people get a little offended. That's not what it's meant. That's not what it's about, So let's do this. How about this?
Are you getting sappy?
No. Let's do this. Let's hit the reset. Let's do this. Now, of course, if it goes back down that road, I will be glad.
You can hit the reset.
Hey, hold on.
Too much damage has been done.
Hear me out. I got my licks in tonight.
You go for your reset.
I'm good. Listen, I don't have to. I got the strap. I'm good to go. He called up, and
I
he said his
respect that.
piece.
Yeah,
and he was normal when he called back, right? But here's the thing: we have to remember this. The first phone call, he was trying to fuck around and be sarcastic and have a little fun, right?
Yes.
So we had fun back, and it went back and forth, right? So if he did get mad because of that, then that's not on us.
I don't think he got mad.
No, I don't think he did get mad. I think he got. I don't know what happened, but calling back, he picked himself back up here. He redeemed himself. The problem with Flat is it keeps falling back down again. So hopefully
it's just gonna happen again.
Yeah, he keeps falling back into it, but it's all right. Listen, I don't care. Like I said, if we didn't like the guy, we would have banned him a long time ago. It's not that we don't like him. That's not the case. He's been around long, So it is what it is. But There's just so many autistic fullbacks that we can take. Eventually what happens is this. Like, we just continue with the show, but there are new people that come in, and I understand you want attention, but at the same time, we're still trying to grow this community, right?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Uncle Chrome.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Yeah.
Why can't
But
we
okay, so
be
let me
friends?
just make it clear right now. Everything's fine. Don't get it twisted. We're not fucking upset. Maybe if Jessie is, she could stick with her guns.
I don't
give a fuck.
hate anybody, but when damage has been done, I don't.
It's hard for her to get past.
I don't
it, sure.
like. I'm keeping my eye on you. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's.
I have to. Let me just say this: do not get attached with anyone from the community too far. And if you do, keep it on your personal time, this and that, and you can keep that. Those friendships. It's great that a lot of people made friends out of this community. That's awesome. People started shows from this community. How many shows started from the MMA holes? It's fucking fantastic. It really is. I don't give a shit what everyone's doing. I hope everyone is enjoying their lives and doing something with themselves, escaping and having fun. But the minute it starts to get to the point where new people are coming in and like, what is this? Like, what's going like enough's enough.
If you're making reckless decisions to try and sabotage someone else's hard work, then I have a problem.
Yeah, like if it gets to the point where it's just obnoxiously stupid too much, then we have to step in. So we're having fun now. Hopefully it never gets to the point where it's just too much. And if you are attached to someone and they get banned from this community, I'm sorry, but it's going to happen. It's inevitable. There are going to be people, the Steve Johnson situation, a lot of people are attached to that guy, and he just was a cancer to us for a long time, and we had to do what was best for the show, So I just say this right now. Have fun, have a good time there, but just know where to go, because I'm going to have fun with it, but when it comes to the point where we're spending 75% of the show, focusing on silly stuff, then we're going to have to make some moves. We're going to have to fucking make some moves around here, Trim the fat.
Don't talk like that.
Trim the flat. Anyway, all right, let's move on. We're out of here. Is that it? Any more stories or what?
They can go to the website and look at it. It's not really anything like super important, so.
Okay.
Yeah, just like side stories.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Uncle Crow.
Or you can be an asshole like me and just not give a
That's my mentality, but Moss doesn't want. He doesn't want me to go down that road.
No, but what he's saying.
My mentality is just like cut people the fuck off.
No, he's not talking about that.
But
he's not saying that.
Moss
He's not
doesn't
saying
want
that.
that.
No, he's saying like himself. So why are you bringing this about you? This is about Chrome. He's saying about him.
I'm comparing Moss. Comparing myself.
But what Chrome is saying is Chrome does it right. Chrome does it right. He gets in. He says the things. He says some of the most fucked up things. But his pacing with the show is fucking perfect. Yeah. Even when he's uncalled for it, like when he made that comment about Harris's daughter.
Yeah.
Like it was so uncalled for, but the timing was so good.
Anaya Blanchard.
What do you say? There's nothing you could do because it was intelligent. Be intelligent with your humor, for God's sakes.
Yes, sir. All right, Moss. Let's go.
You don't want to get to the rest of these stories, Jess.
I just told you they're side stories. If you want to read them, go on the
Kayla Harrison,
website.
Michael Chandler. The MMA-HOLES.com. All right, go to the MMA-HOLES.com to see the rest of the stuff. We're going over to the Wednesday night show. That's the next show we have going on here. No contender series or any of that stuff. So we'll see you Wednesday night, TGIW. We'll be discussing the fights happening on Saturday night. You got Fuqua Friday. The points game has been a hit, a spectacular hit. And I can't wait to play the points game with you guys and gals again. Let's get out of here.
Okay, Mosticles. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be live on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you join us for TGIW. And as always, don't be an a-hole, be an MMA hole.